It's Paranormasight release day, baby. Let's go. Let's fucking go. Oh, everyone, as you can tell, I'm very excited about today. Or can you tell it all? Who could possibly tell that I might be a little bit excited for today's game? It's not like I'm taking a usual off day to play this on release day and playing this 3 days in a row. It could never be me. Never in my fucking life. Hi everyone. Alright, let's get this normal ass music out of here and let's get intro music started. Goodness. Hello. I have not yet booted up the game. For those who are wondering, just because this game is a game that very well might do something right when we boot up. So I'm not taking any chances. I'm not taking any chances on that. Oh, also, before I begin, there's something very important that I need to tell you. Hold on. Do I want to do this here or do I want to do this on the main screen? I'll do this on the main screen. So, important thing to tell you before we start. Square Enix, the people who made Paranormasight, the Mermaid's Curse, release day today, February 19th, want you to know that this game, Paranormasight, the Mermaid's Curse, made by Square Enix, is in fact made by Square Enix and copyright Square Enix. So, just to let you all know, this game is copyright by Square Enix. If you couldn't tell that this game was copyrighted by Square Enix. Yeah, that is like, they do have like a streamer terms agreement thing that they want us streamers to do. And luckily, the only thing that they really ask is say, hey, put a major spoiler warning past points where, hey, there might have been major spoilers in the story, and also put copyright Square Enix in the titles and descriptions and shit. So, just so in case you didn't know, this game was made by Square Enix. Oh boy. But yeah, let's not waste too much time, because I'm excited to play this game, and you all are gonna see something, maybe on this channel, on this streamer, on this Twitch and YouTube live stream page that you've never seen before, which is Altera getting jump scared. Yeah, we will see what happens at that. Luckily for this little cowardly wuss here, the previous game, Paranormasight 7 Mysteries of Poncho, those jump scares were mainly confined to the very beginning of the game, and then certain jump scares went away. So, I'm guessing that this game will probably follow the same script, except maybe for the diving minigame section, because there's a diving minigame section, and oh no, we're gonna be in cramped spaces under the water. That sounds terrifying. Anyways, let's get this game all booted up. Paranormasight, the Mermaid's Curse. And now let me change. I have to turn down my game audio because We Were Here is very quiet. Okay. Controller not supported. Okay, cool. We're doing keyboard for this game, unless Steam lied to me. Yep, there's the Square Enix logo. That is a quick boot up screen. Alrighty, let's get started. Let's click into here. Oh, okay. Yeah, so controller is definitely not supported. Controller, I'm just moving my mouse key around. Just in case. Hey, copyright information. Woo. Woo. All right. Let us start this game. Starting. All right now. Okay. Yes. Hi, storyteller. Hey. My apologies for the wait. Welcome. Allow me to introduce myself. I am the storyteller, your guide to the world of Paranormasight. Interesting. The world of Paranormasight. Very good. Now then, I understand you might be keen to dive into our story. Two drums and a cymbal fall off a cliff. But there are some important matters I must address first, so please bear with me a while longer. Oh, we can move in this. Excuse me? Oh. Okay. There is something behind. Okay. So we are in a cave. I thought that when he turned around, he disappeared. Yeah, so I forgot that you can look 360 degrees in this game. I forget if in the first game you could do that with the storyteller segment. So we can do it with this. Which is very, very interesting if you know the first Paranormasight game. First, this game uses autosave. The game will automatically save at regular intervals, so you may stop playing at any time. Next, please look at the upper right of the screen. This is the menu button. There we go. Ooh, okay, we got our profiles, got files, got the story chart. We love a good story chart. All right. From here, you can check the text log, view files, and adjust your settings for auto mode. Oh boy. You can also adjust the volume and other game settings in the options menu. If you find that certain effects makes the text difficult to read, you may turn them off. Let's do that, actually. Can we say like the yeah, let's turn that off. I like it, but I actually quite like the aberration effect, but I know that there will be viewers out there that may find that uncomfortable. So let's turn it off. I recommend you check the brightness controls and other settings now before continuing. All right, yeah, let's actually do that. We always do what the storyteller says. Game vibration on, that's fine. Okay, until the image on the right is barely visible. That, right now it's pretty visible to me. Or do we want to go to the left on this? I think we want to go this way. Lower the brightness. Yeah, okay. Yeah, let's go. Actually, not. I kind of liked it a bit brighter. Let's go with this for our brightness. Music volume, borderless, yeah, standard res, standard post-processing. Oh, awesome that you can do the confirm button. I'm gonna change key bindings. Okay. Brightness controls, yep, okay. That looks fine to me. Files updated. Let's open our let's open the updates page. Okay. Okay, this is file 49. And hey, this game, hold on. If you scroll up, I'm gonna actually take the mouse with this. Nothing for file 23, okay. Because interesting point with this game, with these two games. In Japan, this game is not called Paranormasight: The Mermaid's Curse. The game is called Paranormasight File 38: The Mermaid's Curse. And the previous game, The Seven Mysteries of Hanjo, in Japan was called File 23: The Seven Mysteries of Hanjo. So this little thing right here is gonna have some influence. This is really cool. They have like society, traditions, honestly, phenomena, curses. What is that now? Interesting. Oh, these are like filters on which files. And then, okay, and then gameplay guide. Cool. But yeah, this is very, yeah, for those who are just jumping in, the game mechanics are very much part of this world. Now let us go over the basic controls. When the game is, when the game is in your control, you may move the right stick to look at your surroundings. You will once again become able to move after this, so try taking a look behind you before turning back to me. Behind you, what's gonna change? Nothing, thankfully. Wonderful, well done. You may also select the face of an individual in front of you in order to talk to them. Please go ahead and try with me. And we're gonna see if there's anyone behind us right now. Nope. Nothing above us. All right. And the L stick is our cursor, and we can talk. Bravo! A fine display. Interesting that we're not in like a little... There are times like this where you'll be presented with options such as these. You may find it useful to use the directional buttons to select your desired option. We're gonna go for Who Am I? Oh, so you've forgotten who you are, have you? There's no need for concern. It is for that reason that I am here to guide you, after all. He's not lying. He's not lying about that. You may be confused at first, but continuing through the story should allow you to remember your true objective. Are you fucking with us now? No, okay. Once you have seen everything an option has to offer, a check mark will appear to it next to it like so. So what is this place? Do not fear, you'll come to know where we are eventually. That is all for my explanation of the basic controls. Yeah, I really love how this series just leans into, you know, knowing that you are here for the mystery and really encouraging you to solve it like that. And helpful hand guiding us through, but isn't gonna direct us exactly towards the answers. You know, that Seven Mysteries of Honcho was really good at that, and hopefully we see it more at this game. I will explain other essential functions when the time is right. Ah yes, there's one more thing I wish to confirm before we continue. Oh boy, here it comes. As you may know, I previously served as guide to a different tale in the world of Paranormasight. Oh, when concerning the Seven Mysteries of Honjo. You wouldn't happen to be familiar with the events of that tale, would you? I am, in fact, aware of the events of that tale. I see. So you're familiar with what transpired during the incident in Honjo. It's been a while, but I vaguely remember. In that case, there is nothing I need warn you about. Huh. I wonder what happens if you say no. Very, very interesting. And you know what? We're gonna keep you guys in suspense. Well, I believe I've kept you waiting long enough. The tale you are about to experience concerns a number of legends passed down in Issei Bay, a stretch of sea bordering Mie Prefecture. Specifically, those legends involving mermaids. Yes, as the subtitle suggests, our subject this time is the widely familiar mermaid. Since ancient times, a great many legends about mermaids has been passed down in all countries all around the world. In Japan, many of the legends famously include the idea that eating their flesh grants immortality. Huh. Did not know that. Immortality, eh? The tale of Yao Bikuni. I apologize. I assume I mispronounced that. Which continues to be told in places as Wakasa Province. Modern-day Fukui Prefecture is perhaps the most well-known. These legends have spurred those with a yearning for immortality to seek out mermaids since ancient times. Of course, as I just mentioned, these are only some of many legends concerning mermaids that exist across the globe. Indeed, many have sought out mermaids simply due to fascination with their status as rare and mystical beings. They've also served as the inspiration for countless creative and artistic works throughout the ages. It would seem that mermaids possess a mysterious charm that has captivated the human heart for myriad reasons, irrespective of era or culture. Oh, okay. Okay, cool. So now we know where we are, Mie Prefecture. Well, it's a land of great beauty since ancient times, back when it was known as Issei Province. It's also purported to be the land with the repair of the waves from the eternal world, which led to the establishment of Issei Shrine, as a place of enshrinement for the goddess Amaterasu. The eternal world is said to be a realm across the sea, separate from the one we live in, often described as an eternal paradise. Issei was seen as the land where the waves from this world continually broke, connecting the material world and the world beyond. Oh, interesting. Okay, I bet we're gonna see quite a lot of these. Pearls, lobster, beef, Issei Bay, the Sea of Issei. It's located in central Honshu. Although its exact range varies, in this game it refers to the area of sea, but is surrounded by land up to the line drawn from Cape Irigo in Aichi Prefecture to Cape Daio in the Mie Prefecture. Okay, so it is this area here, from here to here. That is what we are working with. And mermaids. We've got a lot of info here. I think this is actually going to be pretty important, because this game is very much concerning mermaids. Half human, half fish being. We have Flyer from Mermaid, also known as Kairai. With block print. Kairai. Yeah, I'm interested. Maybe that name might come up. Mermaids often blur the lines between human and fish. Frequently grotesque monsters. Yeah, Bikuni. Western mermaids likely stemmed from the sirens of Greek mythology. These mermaids were more akin to be more akin to spirits and fairies. Many records of mermaid sightings by sailors during the Asia discovery have been preserved. Some theories suggest that mermaid sightings and their associated legends may in fact have originated from a sea mammal called a dugong. Okay, I think that part might be important. Ah yes, the files added just now should provide a general overview of the terms that came up in our conversation. It seems you've already taken a look, but I do recommend reading them if you have the chance. They may allow you to enjoy the story even more. Words highlighted in pale blue usually indicate that there's a related entry in your files. Now then, allow me to introduce the primary setting of this tale. The majority of our story takes place on Kamishima, an isolated islands in the water of Issei Bay. Let's open it. Okay, right in the middle, huh? Got it. Kame meaning turtle in Japanese. Sort of turtle island, kinda. You'll experience events through the eyes of a young resident of the island, one Yuza Minakuchi. If nothing else, please remember that. We are Yuza Minakuchi, and only Yuza Minakuchi. This will stay the same the whole game. Well, I believe this ends my initial explanation. Bon voyage! Do enjoy the tale. Okay, so we must remember that we are Yuza. Stories a work of fiction. Kamishima. One of the locations, Kamishima, is a fictional island with no counterpart in reality. Got it. Alrighty. You come to me, or did I go to you? I cannot recall whether it was a dream or reality. I cannot recall if I was asleep or awake. Tales of Issei, passage 69. Nice. Kare no Sukai. August 7th, 1980X. Morning, Taba City, Mie Prefecture, Kamishima, Southern Sea. Right, this should do it. All good to go, Yusa? Hold on, my screen just blacked out. Okay, there we go. Yep, Ready as ready can be. I feel so light I bet I could outswim a shark. No, more than that. I was born for this moment. The legend of Kamashima's patron saint of diving begins today. Huh. Kamishima Youth Yusa Minakuchi. Okay, we are an apprentice Ahmed diver. Although generally quiet and serious, he has an eccentric side that often sees him make jokes and wisecracks with a straight face, catching whoever he's talking to off guard. I feel kind of similar. Not necessarily initiating jokes, but carrying them on. After losing his parents in a large-scale maritime accident 5 years ago, he was raised by his grandmother, veteran Ahmed diver Suyu Minakuchi. He briefly found work at a seafood processing plant after graduating high school, but upon hearing that Suyu had injured her leg, forcing her to retire from diving, he quit his job after only 3 months and returned to Kamishima. Right now, he's caring for Suyu while looking for work on Kamishima, and he's recently made the decision to follow in Suyu's footsteps and became an Ahmed diver himself. Although he's been unable to bring himself to enter the sea since the disaster 5 years ago, he's hoping that his previous aptitude for swimming will lend itself to a natural talent for Ahmed diving. His current diver rank is 1. Interesting, is that like a game mechanic? Quiet and introverted as a child, he began to show a more animated side, upon befriending Azami Kumoy, who we're on the ship with, a boy his same age, and it eventually became a common sight to see them getting up to mischief together. Although the maritime disaster 5 years ago saw a drastic shift in the way most of Kamishima's inhabitants treated Yusa, Azami alone continued to treat him the same. Even now, it's not uncommon for Azami to find himself caught up in Yusa's eccentric exploits, but he's always quick to laugh and follow his lead. A large-scale maritime accident, he lost his parents, and people treat him differently since. That sounds pretty impressive, but this is your first time out diving in the bay, so don't push yourself too hard, alright? Yeah, I know it's my first time, but somehow I'm just brimming with confidence. I just know I can land a massive haul if I try. Well, I'm glad to see you're raring to go, but make sure you don't go too far from the boat at first. He's our best friend. We will wait for you, because I want to get to the story. I feel like I've been waiting a little bit. No need to worry, Azami. You just focus on getting the grill ready. We're having a feast tonight. I'll hold you to that. Confident we are. Oh boy. Diving minigame time. Time to get jump scared. Follow the instructions to get used to the controls and press dive when you're ready. Okay. We can look around. Can we talk? We can. Okay, Yusa, this is your first dive, so you don't want to stray too far from the boat. Remember to swim up when you want to come back. If you don't remember anything else, remember that. Okay. Can we look over here? We can't really look. Okay. We're level 1. Okay, so this is a game mechanic. All right, let's dive. Okay. Begin. Only 2 controls are needed. Stick, look around, confirm button, perform action. The available action will automatically switch between swim, harvest, and return to boat, depending on the situation. Areas with sea creatures are marked with an exclamation point. Begin by looking around to try to locate any potential catches. Alright, let's... Alright, we can harvest that. Okay. New record. Return to boat. Your oxygen gauge, excuse me, will decrease when diving. Be sure to go to the boat before it runs out. You can return to the boat anytime by turning your vision upwards and selecting return to boat. Don't wait until it's too late. Oh, did we already fade out? Dive failed. Terrifying experience at sea. Fail. Okay. Retry. Interesting. Hold on. Can we pause? No, we cannot. Can we swim? Swim. All right. And return to boat. Okay, just barely. Just barely. 41 points, new record. And we rank up. Interesting. I'm gonna say, yeah, stay underwater for longer. It covers the basics for other underwater gathering. I will not replay the tutorial. But what I will do is game underwater. Can I reduce my Yeah, I can't reduce the my stick sensitivity. Oh well. Looks like you're all warmed up. Let's go out a bit further so you can look for something bigger. Biggest catch you can get at this time of year is probably abalone. Snagging just one is something to be proud of. But remember that sea creatures are living things. They'll change places every time you dive, so be careful. It's not like you have to master everything all at once. We can take off whenever you're ready. Okay, so you can take a look at our log. Let's scroll down. There's the island Ama divers. Ama, you generally refers to women who free dive for shellfish, seaweed, and other marine products. I'm actually gonna try the keyboard for the keyboard and mouse for the diving segments. Exhibit customs unique to the area, such as the practice of carrying objects with the same end and domon symbols to ward off misfortune. Very interesting, very interesting. Beside the high population of Ama divers in Issei Bay, there's none to be found in Issei City. Okay, so two different types of seafloor. This game uses only the traditional characters of sea and woman when the language is set to Japanese. Okay. Yeah, diving controls, diving tips. Perfect harvest may occasionally occur, instantly depleting your target's resistance gauge. Higher your diver rank, the more likely for a perfect harvest. Cool, 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 cool. All right. Okay, so this is... Okay, actually, yeah, no, so this is, we drag to look. Okay, let's try it. Let's dive. Right, again. And now let's go back, let's go back. All right. We gathered 74 points, a new record for us. Ranking on up. Let us stay underwater for longer again. All right. Still have plenty of time left. Feel free to dive as much as you like. You seem pretty confident, so I'm looking forward to seeing what you bring in. I know you can do anything you put your mind to. Well, when are the horrors gonna come in? That's the question. Oh, there's a question mark over here. Interesting. Huh. Oh, cutscene time. Up here, up, there we go. What the hell is that? That looks like us. No, no, get away from me. Square Enix presents Paranormasight. Oh, why did I move up there? The Mermaid's Curse. Why did I move myself up? How did that happen? Well, I guess that tracks. Music by Hidenori Iwasaki. Producer Kazuma Oshu. Oh. Do we need more stamina? I suspect we need more stamina in order to stay down there for that long. We can't harvest now. We can't harvest after that. What? Gathering complete. Nothing gathered. Don't get too greedy. It's dangerous to stay out until you're almost out of air. You need some air left. It's important to know when to give up the chase. Okay, huh. So I think what we need to do is get our diver level up so we can actually go through the full cutscene. That's a very interesting concept. I'm gonna get greedy. I'm gonna take this and we're gonna go up, up, up to the boat. Gathering complete. 66. That is such an interesting gameplay thing that you can't even see the... Going up to the boat. There it is. Fuck, 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 fuck. Get there in time, get there in time. Yeah. 114 points. Higher level, yeah, we need to be able to stay under for longer in order to actually progress the cutscene. That's so cool. You never know when you might be missing a bear catch behind you. Keep calm, take a good look around you first. Okay, you got all of these. You got that area, which you need to go to later. Okay, 50 points. We're going pretty far away from the boat for this one. Do we? That's only 16 points. I'm getting greedy. We'll go up. We go up. We go up. We go up. We go up. Okay, not too greedy. Not too greedy. New record, 115. We're gonna go one more time and see if we can make it through the cutscene. Okay, there's a lot over here, actually. Okay. Okay, you can go over here. I'm being greedy. Go, go, go. Get up to the boat. 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 Yes! 186. New record. Let us go. Yeah, let's go. You can swim faster and return to the boat faster. Let's upgrade our swimming. And then upgrade our diving. And then we'll try again. Diving enthusiast reach diver level 5. Okay, we got a lot over here. This is fun. This is really fun. I did not expect this in my horror mystery game. We're being greedy and getting this too. And we go up to the boat, up to the boat, up to the boat, up to the boat. Seven gathered, 278 points. Diving level max, okay. Let's see if we can, okay, let's see if we can go down into the hole now. Where is it? Over here. Because we are just too interested in what's going on over here. Okay. Oh. We can stop diving. Okay. We can just choose to stop diving. Okay. Right, let's leave it at that for today. Good work out there, Yusa. You managed to get a fair bit of... Was that there before? That might have been there before, but you managed to get a fair bit of diving in, huh? I bet you feel like you got a better grasp on things now. Wow. Sure. I feel like my diver rank's gone up at least a bit, too. Do you feel any different now? Did your body undergo any weird changes? Feel exactly the same, huh? That's... Do they know? Is that why we're going diving? Because they know? Because... Interesting that they say they know about diver rank. And they said, did your body undergo any changes? The same old Yusa I've always been. But he encountered that rare Yusa. I guess we were a bit off the mark, huh? So, what do you want to do now? Should we call it a day? Go back immediately, talk about the hole. Why does that have a check mark? To go back immediately. So, interesting. It says that we've already done that. That's super interesting. You got it. Kamishima Port, here we come. Remember, our storyteller said that when an option with a check mark has happened, that means we've already explored that option. This is the first time we're seeing that option, which, very interesting. Very, very interesting indeed. And we are just not going to talk about it. August 7th, 1980X, afternoon. Kamishima Jetty. Oh, look at us in our blue polo shirt. Hey, Yusa. Took your catch to the market while you were changing. Oh, thanks. I appreciate it. If you keep this up, you should be able to make a healthy profit even with the price of gas. That's great. I'll just keep at it then. There you are, Izami. Don't tell me you went out fishing today. Oh, Kia, how's your back doing? Oh, you got the little logo of the boat on there. Huh, interesting reaction. You're not gonna get any better lounging around at home, that's for sure. More importantly, no one's meant to be taking their boats out right now because of the storm that's on the way. Don't tell me you didn't hear. Yeah, but it was more of a warning than the rule and the weather looked fine, so I figured it was okay. You should know better than that, Izami. Yeah, you should. Weather's a crazy thing. You youngins never listen, do ya? You're a veteran Ama diver. Okay. You're the de facto leader of the Ama divers. She's known as Kia the Mermaid for the deft ease to which she moves through the water. She's a grandmother to 7. Her estimated diver rank is 67. Now, how do you have that? Because the max diver rank we can have, at least the skills, is 20. So, here's a zombie. Right here. And there's our storyteller. Going out with the Minakuchi boy of all people? Actually, Izami only took out his boat because I asked him to help with my work. Wait a dang second. Don't tell me you went out to dive. Why do you ask? Why do you ask? Am I not allowed to be an Ama dive? Absolutely not. I won't allow it. Why? He's just a member of the association, same as everyone else. As long as he follows the rules, it should be fine, right? Sure, it's rare for guys to become Ama divers, but it's not like it's forbidden or anything. That ain't what I'm talking about. I'm saying he shouldn't be allowed in the sea. It's obscene is what it is. Everyone agreed to put up with him being on the island for Suyu's sake. Oh. I'm thinking that disaster 5 years ago. Are we somehow related, huh? But now it gets in his head to go diving of all things. Have you no sense, boy? Seems like I'll have to have a few words with Suyu. You not knowing your place is gonna cause everyone trouble. Listen up, Minakuchi boy. You better keep your head down and stay put on dry land where you belong. No more diving, you hear? Hey, now you don't think that's going a bit far. There's no need to lay into Yusa like that. Zami. What? You really don't think any of all this is after what his mother did? Can we go in the profiles? Right, yeah, Yuma says he lost his. All we know is that he lost his parents in the accident. We don't. It doesn't say what his mother did. No, not at all. He hasn't done anything wrong. He was a victim of the disaster too, maybe more than anyone else. Recently, there's been this strange rumbling coming from the sea. The same rumbling as 5 years ago. Everyone's scared of what might be coming. They're bracing themselves for another big disaster. Was that what you meant by the storm? The weather forecast said things are going to stay calm for a bit, though. What the hell with the weather forecast? It didn't save us 5 years ago. Anyhow, see why I gotta stay in the God that sees good graces. No doing anything to upset them, got it? I fear we may have already done something. Don't let it get you down, Yusa. Kia isn't a bad person at heart, but the old folks here are all pretty firm in their beliefs, I guess. Yeah, it's only natural. I was kind of expecting it, to be honest. Still, I didn't think she'd get that mad. Guess they have a bigger chip on their shoulders about all this than I thought. Seems like they really think your mom was to blame for the disaster. Yeah, I guess wanting to get to the bottom of things, bottom to the things there was, there. Oh, I guess getting to the bottoms of things there was one of my reasons for becoming an Ama diver. Files updated, okay. Southern Sea disaster. A localized storm that broke out in the sea to the south of Kamishima around 5 years ago, resulting in a maritime accident in which a total of 10 people went missing. Okay, not dying, just went missing. 3 fishing vessels that sailed to sea from Kamishima were suddenly caught in an unanticipated storm and foundered, leaving all but one of the 11 fishermen and divers missing aboard. And not a single body was discovered. We were the sole survivor. We were a middle school student. Our parents were Tosuke and Mare, as well as Azami Kumoi's father, Kyokichi, were among the victims. Locals in the area reportedly heard an eerie rumbling from the sea on the morning of the incident. What's the casualties? A medium-sized fishing vessel, Captain Kyoichi Kumoi, and all 5 crew members. Captain Yukichi Nishikawa and 1 passenger, identity unknown. Captain Tosuke Minakuchi, 1 other crew member. 1 passenger recovered with slight injuries, dissociative amnesia due to psychological trauma. That is what I'm guessing that we were on. Because that's probably us. Mare and Tosuke put a life buoy on their son, Yusa, and helped him escape the boat before the waves engulfed it. Despite the slim chances, Yusa was miraculously found drifting in the sea the next day, still wearing the life buoy, and was rescued. The shock of the accident left him in a state of confusion, and he has little memory of what happened at the time. The accident plunged Kamishima into a state of deep sorrow. Fishermen and amadizers temporarily stopped fishing to mourn. A memorial was erected to honor the loss. We appeared relatively composed in contrast to the grief of those around him. Many found this unnerving, and Yusa became increasingly isolated from the rest of the community. Azami tried to support him however he could, reasoning that he was still better off than Yusa, who has lost both his parents before his very eyes. Questions arose about what our family had been doing in the vicinity of the disaster, despite having not gone out to fish. Maybe some curse-related stuff. It was not long before speculation began that Mare Minakuchi had done something to incur the wrath of the god of the sea, and the islanders, already suspicious of her due to her mysterious background, were quick to condemn her. In contrast, only words of sympathy were spoken for her husband Tosuke. Yusu's grandmother sent him away from the island board of the high school in the mainland. She had sensed the islanders' resentment and hoped to shield him from becoming an even greater target of their ire. Okay. And does that update our file? It does not. Okay. Oh, profile's updated. Well, no, but yeah, Mara Minakuchi. Okay, so this is what she looked like. When 20 years ago, Mara Somikawa arrived on Kamishima with no possessions to her name. She expressed that she had taken a liking to the local environment, but she remained tight-lipped about her background, only revealing that she was from a small town out in the mountains. She had to leave her home for undisclosed reasons, but many islanders remained suspicious. She took up diving with Tsuyu Minakuchi as her instructor. She grew close to Tsuyu's only son, Tosuke, and married him. Despite this, she wasn't fully able to shake the air of mystery. Something of a free spirit and a nonconformist. Her mother-in-law was a person of no small influence, and no one dared to openly persecute Mara under Tsuyu's watchful eye. Okay. Hey you two. Oh, it's Kikuko. Yeah, you two over there. Can I get some help with these boxes here? I need to get them up to the warehouse. Local alma diver Kikuko Tsutsui. Born and raised on Kamishima, 28 years old. We're 18, right? We are, yep, 18. She harbored a strong desire to leave and make life elsewhere. She decided to enroll in the boarding school, but her assigned work consisted of only unfulfilling menial tasks like pouring teas and answering calls. She left after only a year. She changed jobs repeatedly but found no further luck. She came back to alma diving. Despite her late start, she leveraged her high athletic ability and her innate knack for analytical thinking. Her estimated diver rank is 41. Luck with men. Only to be turned down. No, bad luck with men. Her parents worry that the large birthmark on her face is to blame. Wait, what did that last part say? For Kikuko. Although she endeavored to hide her birthmark while at school and during her time as an office worker, she's since embraced it, proudly proclaiming it to be herself. Alright. Yeah, thanks. I knew I could rely on you youngins to help out. Youngins? You're a youngin too, Kikuko. Oh, how kind. Pretty sure you're the only ones who'd say that, though. Just told out nowhere to make sure anything valuable was stowed away just in case a storm hits. What a pain. So you're getting ready for the storm too? Yep. Pretty silly when the weather is this good, huh? It's not like I can say no, though. Speaking of pains, I overheard Chia giving you an earful just now. Are you seriously planning on becoming an Hama diver, Yusa? Well, that was the plan, but it's looking like I might be forced into retirement before I even begin. Why now? Didn't you come back here to look after Sue? Yeah, but I still have to work, and I've always been interested in Hama diving. Grant was also pretty down about no longer being able to dive, so I thought it might cheer her up a bit. Ah, so you want to follow in her footsteps? Still, you must have noticed that everyone was on edge just at the thought of you coming back here. If they hear you went diving, there'll likely be a bit of an uproar. Are they really that set against Yusa going in the sea? Never heard anyone say anything like that. Well, they don't say it where you can hear it. Everyone loves you here, and they know you're close with Yusa. They probably feel like they can't be that tough on him with you around. What was that? Oh, never mind. Forget I said anything. Yeah, we're pretty pissed. I can understand that. Can't deny there's been this creepy rumbling coming from the sea recently, though. It's no wonder everyone's unnerved. If some sort of disaster does end up happening again, and Yusa gets caught doing he wasn't meant to, that'll probably be it for him. Yeah, that's what I don't get. Do people seriously believe Yusa's mom caused that storm? Everyone suffered because of it, including Yusa's family. It's so stupid. Hey, I honestly think it's stupid too. But the truth is, there are a bunch of people who believe it. So making a fuss about it isn't gonna get you anywhere, right? Besides, even if the storm doesn't come in the end, a different kind of storm may already be brewing. Different kind of storm? Oh, that's us, not a zombie. Well, you shouldn't have any trouble if you keep your head down. Just be good and do what you're told and no one will get in your case, yeah? Give me a break. Why's he gotta keep his head down here? He was born and raised in Kamishima just like everyone else. Hey, getting mad at me won't change anything. If it upsets you that much, why don't you leave? Leaving a place like this behind might be for the best, don't you think? Maybe, but I just can't ask my gran to move somewhere else at her age. And you'll just have to put up with it. If you want to blame anyone, blame your mom. Did Mom even do anything 5 years ago? No one wants to tell us anything. No idea. I only came back here after the disaster, so I don't know what happened at the time. Mr. Wakamura always seems like he knows more than he lets on, though. Now that I think about it, why don't you just ask Suyu what she knows? Suyu? I've already asked Gran about it countless times. She says she doesn't know anything. And you don't think that's a bit suspicious? If anyone knows anything, that'd be her, right? You might be right. She is pretty hard to read. I wouldn't be able to tell if she was hiding something anyway. Anyway, I do feel bad for you, but you just gotta grin and bear it. For everyone's sake, huh? Don't particularly like it, but okay. Thanks for the help, you two. Try to stay out of trouble, okay? Kikiko really seemed like she didn't know anything, huh? Folks are way more on edge than I thought. Yeah, I've gotten the sense I'm not exactly welcome here ever since I came back. But I didn't think trying to make a living here would lead to that much backlash. Me neither. I didn't realize everyone disliked my mom quite that much, or that they were so suspicious of her. Seems like the timing wasn't great either. Everyone's wound up about these ill omens that are happening right now. Still, I'm sure that my mom must have had some sort of secret, and I'm almost certain that it had to do with what we're looking into. If everyone hears that I went diving today, it might prompt people to start talking about what happened 5 years ago. True. If there's any time to ask about your mom, it's now. I think we should see what Old Man Wakamura and Suya have to say about all this, too. Yeah, assuming Gran agrees to talk about it anyway. Now loading. However, that night would see unprecedented calamity descend upon Kamishima. Not too surprised, based on how these games go. What are you doing over there, Gran? This is where it's hidden. Hidden? What is? What, Mare? Your mother left us. Left us? Written by Takanariishiyama. Oh! Gran! Suyu, what's wrong? Character artist Gen Kabayashi. Okay, so this is part of what we saw under the water. No way, even Chia. Music by Hidenori Hirosaki. We'll flash forward here to the horrors. Shotaro. What the hell's happened? Haven't met that guy yet. Producer Kazuma Oshu. Oh, goodness. Use your head. What does that mean? Production and copyright Square Enix, who really want you to know that this game is made by Square Enix. TikTok. Hello, storyteller. Well done in your efforts thus far. Yep. No story chart just yet. I'm guessing that he's gonna reveal it to us. We'll see. I regret to say that even if you continue down this path, you will be helpless to prevent the mysterious attack that befell Kamishima. Yuza Minaguchi's bleak fate will likewise remain unchanged. If I may, perhaps it would be prudent to ignore this route for now and turn your attention elsewhere. Once you have found a way to proceed, you may return here to confirm the results for yourself. From here, you'll return to your first diving experience, from which you may seek another way forward. Oh, and another thing, I recommend saving manually once you resume your journey. If you fail to find a way forward, you'll provide an excellent point from which to try again. I wish you the best of luck on your journey. Okay. Okay now. Back on August 7th. Let's see. And we have 5 slots in which to save. All right, let's make a save here. Let us... Can we fulfill our max diver rank? Oh. Plenty of time left. Yeah, let's keep on diving. Begin. Oh, over here. Oh, yeah, I forgot to take the mouse controls for this, because that's much better. Oh, we gotta turn ourselves around. Perfect harvest. Hell yeah, let's go. Is there anything else to be discovered around here besides the creepy cave? Go. Gathering complete. 219. Oh, that's not getting us all that much at all. So let's dive one more time. And then let's talk about the hole. Or this time can we try? Will this kill us if we try, like last time? Is this gonna do the same thing? Fall down the hole. Hit the bottom. Dive failed. We stop diving after that, maybe? Let's leave it at that for today. Okay, let's do the other option here. My diver rank's gone up too. We feel the same. Same old user, supposedly. And a bit off the mark, so they know about this. Let's talk about it this time. Azami? Before we head back, could we talk for a bit? Sure, what's up? Okay. Now we can look around. Kagoshima is located in the waters near the entrance. As such, there are strict regulations on both the times and places diving is allowed. Azami, my best friend, known since we were kids, is quick to offer his full support. Alright, let's talk. When I was diving just now, a giant hole in the seabed you'd never heard of before. Yeah, the rocks around it looked like they'd only recently collapsed. So I think it probably opened up within the last few months. Huh. Now that you mention it, there's a pretty big earthquake around here around 3 months ago. Huh. Maybe that had something to do with it. Right. That would have been before I got back. If you saw a giant hole in the seabed, you'd be curious about it, right? I sure would. Curious enough to try to take a look inside? It'd be pretty dangerous, but I guess I might, yeah. Right? So I went closer to try and get a better look. Did you see anything? Well, when I looked down into the hole, a ghost or something that looked just like me suddenly rose up from the depths. A ghost that looked like you? It swam toward me with its hand outstretched. It looked like it was trying to hand something to me, or maybe it was trying to tell me something. Man, what did you do then? Did you take its hand? I did. It felt like I couldn't resist somehow. I guess even the patron saint of diving does foolish things sometimes. The only thing I was a patron of was carelessness and a lack of proper vigilance. Well, this guy sounds like a video game protagonist. Sounds like there wasn't much you could do about it, though. Hey, Yuza. The thing you ran into. Do you think it could have been a Tomokazuki? What in the world is that? Tomokazuki? We have a think button. We can look around us. Oh, we can look at our fishing boat. Oh, and there's a sticker. Let's get our sticker. The fishing boat, the Saiyan Maru, belongs to Azami's family. I don't have a boat of my own, so Azami was kind enough to bring it out for me. It used to belong to his dad, so it's getting in on years. but he takes good care of it. Seems he's hoping to keep using it for years to come. Before I forget, come on. Yeah, right here. Our first Mockingbird sticker. Good eye, user. Must have a knack for finding mockingbirds. Mockingbirds? This is supposed to be a bird? Yep, there's these fantastic bird stickers. No one knows who made them, but they show up everywhere. If these were in the last game, pretty unique, and there's just something about the idea of birds dressed up as delinquents, you know? It's weirdly charming. Also, this song is awesome. You got a little flute coming in, a little recorder, a little hot cross buns action. Love it. I was real surprised to find one on my boat, but I decided to leave it be. To commemorate the occasion, I guess. By the way, that's Mockingbird number 8, tit for tat. He's a long-tailed tit. Why don't you take note of any you find? Maybe they'll bring you good luck. I guess there's more than I thought. Alright, let's open these updates page. Reach a total of 5 and 20 stickers to unlock fun bonus content. Nice. We found 6 is on the seabed. Okay, interesting. Anyways, let's talk. Well, think first. Tamazaki, huh? Tomokazuki, huh? Sorry. But why? Oh my goodness. Tomokazuki, huh? But why would something like that be here? Anything else you say? Nope. Yeah, what? Did anything happen after you took its hand? I don't really remember. When I came to, I was back outside the hole. I thought maybe I'd blacked out due to the lack of oxygen and it'd been some sort of hallucination. I see. Yeah, I guess that's possible. But if that's the case, that means I stopped you just to talk about some hallucination I saw, and that would be super embarrassing. Some people do say the Tomokazuki legends might have come about because of divers seeing things when they ran out of air, but hey, it's no big deal even if it was a hallucination. The most important thing is that you're safe. Still, can't help but wonder about a hole that suddenly appeared like that. Yeah, it's pretty weird. Let's talk again. Tomokazuki. Never heard of it. Well, I guess not even all the folks around here know about it either. It does sound familiar, though. The Tomokazuki is a sort of ghost story around these parts. The story goes that sometimes, while diving, an Ama diver will come across another version of themselves, an exact copy. That other version of them will be holding out something they want, like an abalone. Something they want. And when the diver reaches for it, the Tomokazuki grabs them and drags them to the bottom of the sea. Is the thing that we want literally ourselves? That's scary. But wait, the Tomokazuki I saw wasn't holding anything. It wasn't. Well, that's different. Maybe you forgot it at home or something. The abalone. Yeah, the abalone. Maybe I left it at home. Maybe the Tomokazuki's more careless than the legends let on. You're very forgetful though, so maybe it became such a perfect copy that it imitated that aspect of you as well. Maybe like memories or something, because it said we sort of had amnesia about what happened all those years ago, and that can't really be visualized. That damn Tomokazuki knows my every weakness. Now you mention it, I think I do remember that story from when I was younger. Guess the fact I forgot the story really proves how forgetful I am, huh? No worries, it was a while ago, you know? By the way, you know those symbols on your diving gear? Symbols. Yep. Same on Endoman. The Ama divers around here all have them somewhere on their outfits. Oh, this was my mom's gear, so I didn't know. People say those symbols work as a charm to protect divers from the Tomokazuki. Why did we see one, if it is? If I ran into one, wouldn't it mean that the charm didn't work? Well, we're alive, so... It could be thanks to the charm that you made it back safely, yeah. The sea's a dangerous place, even without the Tomokazuki around. Things could have been even worse without the charm to protect you. I see, so without this charm, I really could have been attacked by a shark. Glad I had it then. Seriously, a shark would have been no laughing matter. Okay. Hold on. Huh, why is there a dash here? Maybe there's something before. A long time ago in a small village, there lived a young llama diver known for her exceptional swimming skills. One day, the wind was strong and the waves were higher than usual. Undeterred, the young diver dove into the sea, but couldn't find even the smallest shell to bring back, let alone any abalone. Determined to find something, she dove even deeper into the ocean. So she paused, sensing a presence behind her. Turning, she felt an undeniable sense that someone was watching her from a shadowy crevice in a rock. Finding this strange, she ventured closer, only to come face to face with a diver who looked exactly like her. As she floated there, stunned, the other diver extended her hand. In it was an abalone, larger than any she had ever seen. The young diver was mesmerized. She had to have that abalone, no matter what. She reached out her hand to take it. Suddenly, when her fingers were mere inches away from the abalone, the other diver's hand shot out and grasped her arm. Shocked, the young diver frantically struggled to pull away, but it was too late. Slowly, inevitably, she was dragged down into the depths of the ocean. Over time, my bad. Over time, this being came to be known as Tomokazuki, Together Diver, due to it taking on an identical appearance to its victims. Divers are warned never to accept Tomokazuki's offerings in the depths, lest they suffer the same fate. The Tomokazuki is still greatly feared by llama divers in modern times, and the same endowment symbols inscribed on items they take with them when diving are charms said to protect them from it. But let's take a look at them. The star-shaped symbol is Seimon, the lattice is Doma. The two symbols are often embroidered side by side or drawn on clothing using purple dye. They're worn by llama divers when diving to ward off potential disasters. Ooh, cool. We look around. Oh, we can look at the island. That island is Kamashima, where I was born and raised. The ocean. Fishing boat. Hey. About the Tomokazuki just now. Yeah? Do you think it has anything to do with what we're looking into? Oh, what's this? Unlocks past recollection chapter. Something I want to do. Oh, hi! Hey there. My apologies for the interruption. I'd like to take this chance to inform you about a unique ability of yours, the recollection feature. But to make things clear, I must first tell you about the story chart. From here on, you'll return to this screen, the story chart, at breaks in the story. You see, the story you will witness will not necessarily unfold in chronological order. And this is one of the really cool parts about this series. The screen will allow you to see where each chapter lies in the grand scheme of things, as well as select where you wish to proceed next. If the icon for a chapter is not dim, that means it has not been fully completed. Generally speaking, completing a chapter will unlock the chapter immediately after it. However, there will occasionally be times where a recollection button will appear during the story, as you experienced just now. Pressing this button will allow you to delve into a memory evoked by certain words in the text, which will in turn unlock a new chapter, a past recollection chapter, for you to experience. A most remarkable ability, is it not? Certain key phrases. That's worth bearing in mind, I think. Once you have unlocked such a chapter, it'll become available in the story chart for you to peruse, as you wish. This ability will be key in unraveling the tale before you, so do be sure to press the recollection button when you see it come up. With that, please enjoy the continuation of this tale. If so, could your mom have been an llama diver because she wanted to find the Tomokazuki? Oh, we can't look at the story chart yet. We had to complete the chapter. Okay. But she wouldn't have worn something with this charm on it if that were true, right? Good point. Now maybe? Nope. Not just yet. Yep, I'm still being careful. I'm looking around because you never know what this game might do. Is that all you wanted to talk about? Now there's more. This might be the most important part. I realized there's something I need to do after this. Something really important. Hey, so you found a lead down there after all. I'm serious. If I don't pull this off, something terrible is gonna happen. Hey, I believe you. Go on, tell me everything. Okay. So that chapter is completed, but we haven't completed the underwater gathering. And I'm guessing it might stay like that. But we have memories of the last summer. First, something I want to do. A day before he sets off for the sea as an diver, Yusa Minaguchi asks Azami Kumoi to meet him at the Kantakisho ruins. Let's take a look. August 6th, 1980X, afternoon, Kantashiko ruins. I see. If you say you want to be an diver, then of course you got my full support. Something tells me you're not just doing this for Suya. People are bound to talk if you became an diver here. Must have some other reason. One big enough to risk everyone running their mouths. I knew I couldn't hide anything from you, Azami. Wouldn't take me even less than a quarter of a second to see through one of your lies. So what's up? Tell me everything. Alright, let's take a look. These are the ruins of an old wartime building, the Kantakisho. The building's been abandoned, so hardly anyone ever comes here, which makes it the perfect place for private meetings. Wartime ruin is constructed to observe the impact points of shells fired from a test firing range operated by the former Army Ministry at Cape Irago, at the opposite shore. Similar observation facilities were also built on Tsukishima Island and in Ijika, a town on the Shima Peninsula. Having been abandoned after the Second World War, the observation post has since fallen into disrepair, and entry is now forbidden to the general public. But we here anyway. Is there gonna be a mockingbird here? Surroundings. Okay. Doesn't look like there's anything here. Let's think. Should be able to tell Azami everything, right? Huh. Hey, Azami. What I'm about to say is gonna sound pretty crazy. Still want to hear it? Sure, bring it on. Thanks. I'll come right out and say it then. I'm looking for a mermaid, and I need to find one by tomorrow. Oh, a mermaid, huh? By tomorrow at that? That's gonna be tough. I'm being serious. In fact, I've never been more serious. I really do have to find a mermaid by tomorrow. I can tell you're not joking by the look on your face. You got some sort of reason for saying this, right? Go on, I'm listening. Thanks, Azami. Mermaid search reason. Is it okay if I talk a little about the disaster 5 years ago? Disaster, huh? You're okay with it? Sure. I was in middle school at the time, and my parents had taken me out onto the bay on a little fishing boat. This massive storm came out of nowhere and sank all 3 fishing boats that got caught up in it. I was the only one who survived. Yeah, it was really terrible. So what about the disaster did you want to talk about? Well, I recently started to remember some things about what happened. For real? I know your memories of the disaster were kind of hazy due to the shock. It's great that you're starting to remember. Oh, but I guess it's not exactly something that you want to remember, huh? Sorry for getting all fired up. I was about to say. It's okay. It actually hasn't bothered me as much as I thought it would. Thanks for worrying about me, though. It's just that the things I've remembered are a bit strange, so I couldn't bring myself to say anything. Sorry for keeping quiet up until now. Strange, huh? Well, I can see why you want to keep it to yourself, all things considered. Don't sweat it. So, about the accident. When we ran into the storm, our boat got caught in a whirlpool and started to sink. My parents gave me a life buoy and lowered me into the water. Whoever's doing the sound effects, whoever's doing the foley, I think that's the term. Great job. Great job. This sounds so real. They were frantic, and I was too stunned to do anything but go along with what was happening. I can imagine. That must have been real scary. The waves were knocking me around, so it took everything I had just to hold on to the buoy. In the end, I just watched as the boat was swallowed by the water. I couldn't do anything else. There wasn't anything you could have done. It wasn't your fault, Yusa. But right after, this huge wave came crashing down on me. And I got dragged down into the depths of the sea, life buoy and all. Huh? He got pulled under. But I thought, yeah, up until now, I thought I managed to miraculously stay afloat until I got rescued. But I remember now. I was pulled down underneath the waves. I remember being caught in a current and tossed all about underwater. I couldn't breathe. I'm so sure I was gonna die there. But then, someone grabbed my hands. Wait, are you saying what I think you're saying? I was barely conscious by that point, so it's not like I saw them clearly or anything, but I'm certain someone was there with me. Someone who grabbed hold of me and pulled me to safety. And from what I remember... You're saying they were a mermaid? Exactly. They were saved by a mermaid. I'm sure of it. And it looked exactly like what first comes to mind when you hear the word mermaid. Real mermaid, huh? It was a really extreme situation, so it's entirely possible I was just seeing things. Which would mean I called you out here just to talk to you about some hallucination I had. And if that's the case, I'm gonna be super embarrassed. I mean, you're standing here talking to me now, right? So you must have gotten out of that situation somehow. I can't imagine any normal person being able to stay afloat in a storm like that, let alone managing to save someone. Same. You'd have to be some sort of superhuman or something. Or not human at all. Man, who would have guessed there were mermaids here in Ise? If I really was saved by a mermaid, I owe them my life. I'd like to thank them in person if possible. Makes sense. So that's why you're looking for them, huh? Well, if we manage to find them, I gotta thank them for saving you too. So I was thinking of heading to where the disaster happened and diving there to see if I could find anything. Wait. Are you sure? You almost died there. I'll be fine. In fact, since I've never gone near there since the disaster happened, I was also thinking I'd like to do something to honor my parents and your dad's memory. I'd like to at least offer flowers, if nothing else. The others here have always kept their distance, but it's not like going there's forbidden or anything. Let's do it. Thanks, Azami. I owe you one. I hope we're being completely upfront here. Even though he's got a lot on his plate, Azami agreed to meet up the moment I said something. He's been looking out for me ever since I came back. I couldn't ask for a better friend. Did anything happen now, or do we, Sorry, I thought that was something real quick. The leads. There's no guarantee the mermaid will still be around there, right? I'm thinking it'd be good to have more of a lead before we head out there. About that. Do you mind if I say something crazy? Again? Sure, what's up? You remember my mom, right? Of course I remember Mrs. Mare. Well, she wasn't originally from Kamishima, but she met my dad when she moved here and ended up marrying him. But even to me, she never really seemed to fit in. I can't really disagree there. She never spoke much to me either. Some people even outright told me not to talk to her, you know. Said she was suspicious because we didn't know anything about her. Stuff like that. I guess that's understandable. She didn't really involve herself in community activities and almost never participated in local events. It felt like she was always keeping her distance from the other islanders somehow. 20 years here and she was still considered an outsider. Yeah, I never knew how to bring it up to you, but I always kind of wondered. Was there some sort of reason for that? Sorry. Not as far as I know. Dad and Gran never seemed to mind, so I figured that's just how she was. But looking back at things now, it was pretty weird. Huh. Well, I guess even I thought she was a bit of an oddball at times. You say that, but I think you're getting to be pretty similar to her. Really? Yeah, what's that saying? Marching to the beat of your own drum? You're both like that. Really? I never realized. I've been so blind. A blind fool. Yep, there it is. That's what I'm talking about. Ah, this is good. This is quite good. More about the leads, eh? Why'd you bring up your mom all of a sudden? Well, looking back now, there were a few things that always bothered me. Oh? For a start, no one ever told me where my mom was from. She was also a natural at almond diving, but I never saw her eat any seafood. Sometimes at night, she'd suddenly say she wanted to go look at the sea before going out and not coming back for hours. Hold on, didn't it say in her profile that she came from the mountains? Yeah, okay, that's what she said. She revealed that she was from a small town in the mountains. She had to leave her home for undisclosed reasons. Guess that is all pretty weird, yeah. That's not all. When I was sorting through my mom's belongings, I found... Is he gonna pull out a fucking curse stone? We usually keep it in the family altar, but I brought it along today to show you. Is he gonna pull out a curse stone? Not quite, but you know what? You know what it could be? Maybe in this game it is. What is that? A fish scale? It's huge. It's gotta be at least 7 or 8 centimeters long. I always just figured she'd held on to it because it was a rare find. But once I remembered the mermaid, I began to wonder. What fish could this scale have come from? And why was my mom holding on to it? Oh, hold it right there. You're not saying. I am. The mermaid who rescued me back then was... Oh, we can choose... I assume it's gonna... Hold on, I'm gonna put a save point here. Oh, cool. It shows exactly what screen you're on. That's when you're saving. That's awesome. I think it was my mom. What do you think? No. Pretty out there. Could that even be possible? So your theory is your mom used to be a mermaid, but she became a human so she could live among us. Among us! I'm sorry. I'm just sorry. I had to. I just have moments like that. Gotta say the funny words, you know? Yeah, but she turned back into a mermaid when the disaster happened and wasn't able to come back afterwards. How does that sound? I don't know. But after hearing your story, I can't just dismiss it out of hand either. If that's really the case, and my mom really is still out there in the sea somewhere, even if it in a different form. I was thinking it'd be nice if I could see her again. It might be because they're still treated as missing instead of dead, but it still hasn't really sunk in that my parents are gone. I know what you mean. Sometimes it feels like my pops is just gonna show up at home again like nothing ever happened. Though even if your mom's alive, I guess it'd be hard for her to show up if she's back in her mermaid form now. If my mom really does have some sort of connection to mermaids, then maybe that was the reason she never really fit in here. It might help clear up any mistaken impressions the others have of her anyway. Also, this song is beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Let's see. Do you think that by trying out almond diving like your mom did, you might be able to find something out? And maybe if you're lucky, you'll run into a mermaid in the process. Yeah. If I really am descended from mermaids somehow, it's possible that diving might awaken something in me. Oh, right. I hadn't thought of that. Guess if your legs suddenly become fins, we'll know for sure you're a second-generation mermaid. Okay, I think I got the gist of what you want to do now. Thanks for understanding, Azami. I haven't been happy with how people have been treating you ever since the disaster either. And what they say about your mom. If there's anything I can do to clear the air, I want to help. Thanks, I appreciate it. But I don't know how people react if you suddenly start talking about mermaids. It might be best to keep quiet about that part for now and just say you're looking into your mom. What do you think? Yeah, I think that'd be best. Yeah, maybe so. Now we got that settled, how about we head out tomorrow morning? That sound good to you? Yep. I've been doing some training in secret, so I'm all set. Okay. Interesting, interesting. Files, yep. Okay, yes, no music. Any incomplete chapters must be restart from the beginning. Okay, no, I do not. Let's save that here. I want to. If I load here, you can experience all content in the game without ever reloading. Okay. I want to load slot 2. I want to see what happens if I save myself. It was me. Finding myself in a life or death situation to reach my hidden potential. And the next things I knew, my legs had become fins. I could breathe underwater. My transformation into a mermaid was what saved me that day. You weren't a mermaid all along. That went in a different direction. Actually, that wasn't exactly what I wanted to say. What I really meant was, oh, okay. Just a joke answer. Got it. Alright. What to do next? Having to find a mermaid by tomorrow is pretty sudden. What's up with the tight deadline? Well, I can't say right now. If we manage to find one, I'll explain everything. I promise. The deadline, huh? As long as you tell me later, it's all good. Oh, here's an idea. If you're in that much of a rush, how about we talk to Tsukasa and Sato? Maybe they'll be able to help out. I wonder. It would be nice to have more help. But would they even believe me? The whole thing is pretty crazy after all. Besides, Tsukasa's going back to the mainland soon. I'd hate to bother her now. True. Still, knowing Tsukasa, she might be surprisingly on board with the whole thing. See, I knew he'd be... Uh-oh. Whoa, speak of the devil. God, when did you two get here? Oh, talking about something you didn't want us to hear, were you? Boys will be boys, I guess. Childhood friend Tsukasa Awo. Oh, I'm sorry. Apprentice diver 17. Bright, friendly nature and inquisitive personality. She boasts excellent grades and sharp intuition. She's been staying at a relative's house in Ise City since last year in order to attend an all-girls high school in the mainland. Is currently back on Kamishima for summer break. Despite this, she frequently makes trips back to the island on weekends and has been trying her hand at underwater gatherings since the current diving season began, having long been interested in the Yama lifestyle. Her estimated diver ranking is 6. However, her teachers have been strongly encouraging her to aim for a national university. Friends with the zombie and Yuma, and more common for her to find her playing with 2 boys than with girls her age up until middle school. Since leaving the island to attend high school, she's grown more conscious of their age difference and has put some difference between them. She hit it off immediately with Sato Shiranami, a girl who came to Kamishima to lodge with the Wakamuras a few months ago. I was looking forward to showing her around the island and helping her to adapt to life there whenever she returns home. 18 years ago, her still pregnant mother, Nagisa Awo, moved to Kamishima alone before giving birth to Tsukasa shortly afterwards. She grew up in a single-mother household. She used to occasionally ask her mother about her father. Questions were always evaded, so she stopped inquiring. However, the fact that her mother never seems to have any financial difficulty despite not working has led her to quietly suspect he might still be involved in some way. Hey, you got us all wrong. You weren't talking about anything like that. Yeah, you gotta hear me out. Tsukasa, I was powerless to resist. I refused at first, but Izami insisted and... Oh, tell me more. You might as well admit it, Yusa. And Sato, what's with the sudden keen interest? Enigmatic girl, Sato Shinarani. Let's open an update stage. Last time we had an enigmatic girl, did not necessarily go well. She's lodging with Shinobu Wakamura, a local Kamishina magnate. 3 months ago, she arrived claiming she was the child of a relative of the Wakamuras. She showed no sign of attending school or doing any sort of work. Instead, spending her days holed up on the Wakamura household, leading many islanders to wonder just who she is and what she's doing there. Those who know about Wakamura's high-interest money lending behind the scenes speculate she might be the daughter of one of his borrowers, sent to work as a domestic servant to pay off the debt. But Sato herself is extremely easygoing and doesn't seem to be bothered by the endless rumors. A huge television fan, she spends much of her spare time glued to the set in the Wakamura household. Her most recent obsessions are soap operas and 2-hour thrillers, but she isn't all that fond of period dramas. She's a good friend with Tsukasa, and they can be seen wandering the island. Okay, let's all calm down, okay? It's not like that. We were having a perfectly normal conversation. Yeah, sure. Anyway, hey, don't just brush me off. You're getting pretty worked up, Azami. So that's all innocent. You're the one who caused this mess, you know? They're finding this very funny. I really did have something to say. Folks are worried you haven't showed up to the association meeting, Azami. You should probably get going. Oh, damn, the meeting. It totally slipped my mind. Oh, sorry, Yusa. Gotta go. But I'll be in touch later. No problem. Thanks for coming, even though you're so busy. Guess we'll be on our way too, then. Sorry, but we got some important business of our own to handle. We won't be able to help out with whatever you're up to. Sato Shiranami advice. Is that going to be from her perspective, then? So did you hear what we were talking about? Only the part where my name came up. I didn't want to be nosy, though. I see. Well, thanks for coming all the way out here to get us on me. I don't know what you guys are up to, but you piqued my interest. Be sure to tell me all about it later, okay? Anyway, see you later. Come on, Sato. Roger. Oh, one more thing. Better not forget about the day after tomorrow. Tell Asami you'd better remember, too. Uh-oh. I'll tell him later. Nothing bad could ever happen with that. Nothing bad. All right. Yeah, we got a new character's perspective. Sato Shiranami. However, you gotta remember what the storyteller said to us. Gotta remember. New chapter? Oh, we gotta remember what the storyteller told us. We are experiencing this from the perspective of Yusa Minaguchi. Even though we have different chapters, something might be going on. And I think we're gonna go for the underwater thing. A shortcut to go underwater gathering. Okay. Yeah, let's go underwater diving. See if there's anything else to find here. All right, keyboard mouse time. And don't see anything. Here we are. Oh, why is that purple? Oh, new record, huh? Like, I bet there's like a mockingbird we can find under here or something. No, we gotta go up. We gotta go up. Yeah, because we were so far away. Gathering complete. Dang. Oh, that is the Lobe thing. All right, let's dive one more time. Oh, let's just get up to rank 7. We're gonna go... Okay, hello. Is there anything we can encounter here? Like, I want to see... Oh, excuse me. Excuse me. Okay, so there really are some monsters out here. Great. That's so cool. So cool. I'm not scared at all. Okay. Which way are we going this time? Let's go over here. Nice slash. Let's go up here. Anything up here? Anything beyond the waters over here? Are we gonna, does that thing just show up every time we, no, okay, it is just specifically over in that point. Okay. Good to know. Good to know. Yeah, there really is a creature out there. Crank up. You can detect, you'll have an easier time gathering sea creatures. Yeah, this is what's gonna level us up. So let's up our gathering. And let's stop diving. And turn to the story card. Alright. Okay, this is cursed. That's memories of the last summer. Let's take a look at this first. Let's take a look. Actually, no. No, we know that there's more here. You know what? Let us take a look at you, because I think we already went over here. Let's check. Oh, the promised day arrives. Or, they're extremely anxious. Begins a full-scale search. Okay, let's begin the search. Okay, but it's like 2 diverging paths we can take. If there's any time to ask about your mom, it's now. I think we should see what old man Wakamura and Suya have to say about all this, too. Yeah, assuming Gran agrees to talk about it anyway. Ooh, okay. Let's go to the Wakamura residence. 1980X afternoon. You two again. What are you doing here? Kia's here too. About something important right now. Scram. Guess we got no choice but to come back later, huh? All right. Let's go to the Torti. Let's make a big circle. Huh. Oh, uh-oh. Kasa, Sato, what's going on? Well, I'm sorry, I can't explain right now. He seems very upset. You're drawing too much attention here. What are you trying to do? Hey. What was that all about? Sun was definitely up with them. Yeah, they practically ran off when they saw us. Kasa was crying? What the hell could have happened? I'm worried too, but Sato said she couldn't explain right now. I'm sure that means they'll tell us what's up later. Shouldn't grill them if they're not ready to talk about it. Still. Something tells me we should just pretend we didn't see him. Yeah. Okay. Interesting. Alright, Minaguchi residence. Hey, Gran. Welcome back, Yusa. Oh, and the zombie's here too. Thanks for having me. You two went out diving today, didn't you? How'd it go? You got a decent haul? Gran, about that. I was all set to enjoy the next stage of my life as an Alma diver, but I found myself on forced leave the very day of my grand debut. Goodness, did something happen? I need to play him up like more of like, not necessarily cocky or jokingly braggadocious guy that he is. Oh my. The others settled that. If I were you, I wouldn't pay him any mind. You're not breaking any rules, are you? You sure it's okay? No point fretting over pointless details is what I always say. Grandmother, Suyu Minakuchi. Okay, what's your story? Yusa Minakuchi's paternal grandmother and a former Ama diver. Relaxed and brought by to nature, but her tendency not to concern herself with the finer details often makes those around her uneasy. Now retired due to health issues, she was one of the best Ama divers on Kamishima, especially in her younger days, during which she had a fierce rivalry with Chie Toyama, also known as Chie the Mermaid. Years later saw them reconcile, and they could also often be seen talking and laughing together. Aww. She lost her husband in the war when her son Tosuke Minakuchi was 3 years old. Alright. Working as an armor diver, I must have underestimated just how deep tensions ran. I never imagined they'd still be that hostile towards her. I thought things would have calmed down by now for sure. I'm sorry, Yusa. It's okay, Gran. Not being allowed to dive isn't the end of the world or anything, but are you sure there isn't a reason no one wants to talk about Mom? Well, no reason I can think of. I'd like to get to the bottom of things if possible. It's gonna affect my life here if I don't, and I'd like to clear Mom's name too. If you don't mind me saying, it does seem pretty weird that people would be this upset just by Yusa coming back to Kamishima. You sure there's not some particular reason they don't like the thought of him going out diving? Well, no reason I can think of. Same answer as before. She's determined to pretend she doesn't know. Gran, I know you've always been reluctant to talk about Mom. Oh, sorry about that. I'm not a child anymore. Isn't it about time you told me the truth? About Mom. You really can't think of any reason why everyone's had such a problem with her? Well, I'll be honest with you. Mare wasn't actually human. Huh? You mean we were right? Are you for real? Wait. Don't tell me you believe that. Can you boys take a joke? I was obviously kidding. Did all that seawater pickle your common sense? Wait, you were joking? Of course I was. I thought I'd mess around a bit and see if I could get a rise out of you, but you sure turned the tables on me. Turning a prank around on me like that. I have nothing more to teach you. And there I fell for it, hook, line, and sinker. She's set on giving us the slip. We're not gonna get anything more out of her. Maybe she'd be willing to talk if we had more info. Okay. Underwater gathering tips. Any diving advice? Let me see. If we're gonna get a higher score on a single dive, you should focus on gathering everything you can. Getting 10 or 15 will earn you a bonus. If you manage to navigate big catch, switching your focus to bring in as many small catches as possible should get you a good result. That'll be a great help. Okay. Cool. A large haul bonus. Serious condition. I had to leave early today to go diving, Gran. Was everything okay? I didn't have much pep in my step, but it's fine, because Sato came over this morning. She really is a saint, always helping me with the cooking and cleaning like that. Again, Gran, I know you're fond of her, but you shouldn't rely on her too much. I didn't know Sato was coming over to help out here. Yeah, she and Gran became friends recently, and before I knew it, she was coming over every so often. Sato's such a nice young lady. She even chats with me about the latest TV drama developments. She's a bit naive in some ways, but she's a quick learner. Remembers everything I tell her almost instantly. Oh, I had no idea. I said she could relax here a while, but she left early today. I wonder if you two have some hidden connection or something. I'm glad you're having fun, but make sure to thank her properly sometime, right? Of course. We already did this one, right? How'd your dive go? Went perfectly. You may know me only as your grandson Yusa, but in truth, I'm a living legend. Kamishima's patron saint of diving. Well, now that does sound impressive. I think living legend is a bit much. What happened? Did something appear behind us? No, I think living legend is a bit much. I'd rate you as a legend in training at best. You tell all that with just a single glance? I know a greenhorn when I see one. Come back when you spend a bit more time in the sea, eh? But I've been forbidden for diving for now, so it seems my life as a non-diver will have to wait. I'm sure that'll sort itself out in time. I don't know about that. Grandma's the same as ever, eh? Alright, let us end the conversation. We're going out again for a bit. You two take care. Okay, let's go to Tulo Street. Seems like there's a bit of a commotion over there. Maybe they know something about the rumors. Want me to go ask? That'd be great, thanks. Hey, what's up? Something happened. Oh, if it isn't his army. I don't know if you've heard, but 15 minutes later, okay. Yeah, how these things go. Welcome back. Man, once they get started, they never stop talking. Anyway, nothing about your mom, but they did have interesting things to say. You want the normal news or the worrying news? Let's start with the worrying news. Okay, then. There are reports that 2 Amidais have gone missing. Apparently both cases were around Ichika town on the mainland. There we go, there's that organ cord. Are they diving accidents or something? I guess so. Seems it's still under investigation, though. He hasn't been that rough lately. I guess it is a dangerous job, so you never know. Still, 2 Amidivers going missing one after another is pretty unusual, so it does make you wonder. Wasn't all that long ago where there's all that talk with human bones being found. Excuse me? I remember that, yeah. Isn't that also near Ajika? Maybe this is why Chia was going on about her bad omens. Definitely worrying news. Alright, the normal news. You know what, this song I want to try putting in my stream playlist. When I revamp it, someone remind me. We got a bunch of tourists visiting right now as usual. What's really got people talking is that there are 2 foreigners among them. Oh, really? Here at the Issei Grand Shrines, there's a lot of foreign visitors, but it's unusual for them to come to the outlying islands like this. What's more, it seems to have been going around asking a bunch of questions. And get this. Apparently they said they come here looking for mermaids. Mermaids? Curious, right? Right when we were looking into them too. That's not all. For some reason, they're asking about your mom, Mara Minakuchi, too. Why would foreign visitors be asking about my mom? Seems like people think they're pretty shady. I was told not to go near them and everything. No, I definitely want to hear what they have to say. I wonder where they are now. Probably still in Kamishima, at least. The question is, where? Oh, I guess we see 2 Westerners around, we'll know who they are. Apparently they're an older man and a young girl. Sure we'll know them when we see them. Hope we manage to find them. Looks like that's all the info we're gonna get around here. Okay, so that place is done. Town clock. Ding dong. Oh, Shotaro, the guy that died in the intro. Well, if it isn't Shotaro. Hey there, you 2. Just the man I wanted to see. You wouldn't have happened to see Sato around, would you? Magnate's son, Shotaro Wakamura. The only son of Shinobu Wakamura, who we have kind of met. He was pampered by those around him from an early age, but he grew up to be a pleasant and sincere young man despite this attention. He's well regarded, often being told that he's been blessed with sharp intellect, good looks, and a variety of talents. He's currently attending a university in Tokyo. Although his father Shinobu wants Shotaro to inherit the influence and wealth, Shotaro himself has no intention of doing so. In fact, he's skeptical of the old-fashioned, insular ways of island society, and regards his father as the very embodiment of those outdated mores, viewing him with utter disgust for his overbearing, vulgar tendencies and superstitious beliefs. Huh, interesting. You can never assume what a person is like based on their family or whatnot. Sato, I haven't seen her today. She was supposed to meet with me earlier, but she never showed. She didn't show. Something happened. I'm sure it was just because of my homemand's ridiculous request earlier. Honestly, don't know what he's thinking. Still, he really has been acting off lately. Can't believe he'd say something like that. Something wrong. Oh, pardon me. It's nothing for you 2 to worry about. By the way, user, we've become an Omnidiver. Yes, but I was told to stop, so I'm currently on extended, if not permanent, leave. Oh, don't let it get to you. I, for one, think you should go for it. I imagine everyone's using your mother as an excuse, saying she brought bad luck to the island or some such. That's exactly it. You know why everyone keeps saying Yuzu's mom was bad omen, Shotaro? Ah, yeah, what was it again? Something about her being the Raging Waves curse bearer. Uh-oh. Curse bearer. Now, that's a word. That's a set of words that is a little bit worrying here. What? Raging Waves? The Raging Waves curse bearer. Raging Waves is, well, exactly what you'd think it means, and the curse bearer has the power to call forth that calamity of the sea. My old man was going on about it earlier, but it's probably just superstitious nonsense. Don't pay it any mind. But I really should get going. Let me know if you see Sato, okay? See you later. Be curious about what Shotaro said. Sounds like old man Wakamura might have something to do with why Tsukasa and Sato were acting off earlier. And there's what he said about your mom. Raging Waves Curse Bearer, huh? Did people really see my mom that way? Maybe we should ask Mr. Wakamura what he knows. Okay, so we can now actually access there. Cool, okay. Let's go to the Wakamura residence. Old man Wakamura, mind if we ask you something? Just one thing after another. What now? Zami and the Minakuchi boy? From here, you two went out in the bay to do some diving earlier. Well, I got a bone to pick with you, and there's no time like the present. Okay. So, boy, you serious about wanting to become an armor diver? Huh? Thought at first you'd come up here to get my permission to dive. Now I hear you've been running around looking in the Mare Minakuchi. What's the meaning of this? Not quite good to lie. We have been asking around. I guess there's no hiding from you. Are you sure this is okay? It's probably best to be honest about things now, Izami. Just like you said, we've been trying to find out more about my mom. I knew it. Anyway, my point is, no more sticking your nose where it doesn't belong, got it? And most of all, no becoming an armor diver. Local magnate. Let's see what your story is. The most influential person on Kamishima. You were born to an ordinary fishing family. You entered your 20s during the post-war economic boom. Through tireless work and juggling multiple side jobs, he managed to amass a small fortune. He went on to invest it into the development of Kamishima, not only upgrading its fishing equipment, but also improving the island's infrastructure to entice businesses to set up shop. Efforts that have earned him the appreciation of people all over the island. He serves head as the Fisheries Cooperative Association, and it says that his appointment as the next mayor is all but confirmed. His personality leaves much to be desired. With many stories of him using force to get things to go his way, he's often high-handed in his dealings with others, fully aware that his position makes it difficult to oppose him. Having moved his main home and base of operations to the mainland many years prior, there are abundant rumors that he has since added loan sharking and land grabbing to the list of ways he's willing to add to a sizable fortune. It is said that he has recently become an ardent devotee of a certain famous sorcerer in Tokyo. Huh. Okay. So, maybe a tie into the past game. If I give up on becoming an armor diver and fall in line, will you tell me about my mom? All this stiffing around you're doing sure ain't falling in line, that's for sure. Besides, it's BS and Tsuyu. She's got no more than I do. Oh? So she really does know more than she's letting on. Alright, about Tsuyu. Gran said she doesn't know anything, though. So she even said that to you. What do you mean? Well, I don't know that much myself. Tsuyu's always been tight-lipped about Mara Minakuchi, where she came from, what the deal was. So you've been saying Yuza's mom was to blame for that massive storm, even though you don't know for sure. Tsuyu ain't said nothing to deny it. Speaks for itself, don't it? Apparently we've been asking more about that. What is the Raging Waves Curse Bearer? Where'd you hear about that? Gotta be Shotaro. Boy never could keep his mouth shut. We heard some sort of curse that whips the waves into a frenzy. Does something like that really exist? It does. The Southern Sea disaster 5 years ago was caused by that very same curse. Curse of the Raging Waves? And your mother, Mara Minakuchi, was the one who brought it down on us. That storm was no natural disaster. It was entirely preventable. If only we'd stopped her from going to the bay that day, Kamishima wouldn't have to suffer such a tragedy. And Mom would have never done something like that. Just because you don't remember doesn't mean she wasn't up to something out there. Hey, you using our amnesia against us. Fucking hell, man. As to whether it was intentional or not, who can say? Don't make a difference either way. All this talk about curses is a bit hard to swallow. Do you have any proof? Proof? I got the words of a trustworthy sorcerer backing me up. That's all the proof I need. Sorcerer? You're basing all this on what some woo-woo wizard said. Woo-woo! You believe what you like. Don't change the fact that curses and spirits are as real as anything else. I don't have time to butt heads with you two, but I know what I'm saying is the honest truth. Looks like there's no point trying to change his mind. Old man's stubborn as a mule. So you really think there's a storm coming, and that storm's caused by a curse? Of course I do. Some fellows who said they were with the police dropped by to warn me about it yesterday, in fact. Why would the police be warning you about a curse? Is a certain past character with the police working there? I reckon they were just phonies trying to take advantage of the curse for their own benefit. But even you two must have noticed that rumbling coming from the sea over the last few days, right? That's proof the curse is getting stronger. So that's why I've been telling everyone to stop taking their boats out and prepare for a storm. Sure is. Naturally, I just can't just come out and say it's because of curse. There's no telling when or where it'll rear its head. It's too dangerous to go out in the water in these circumstances. Even so, we'll have to take our boats out again eventually. We can't keep off the sea forever. Damn tootin'. Which is why I gotta find a way to stop the curse as soon as possible. Why would a curse be affecting the sea around here, then? Seems like you two still don't believe me. Fine. That was a weird reading. Seems like you two still don't believe me. Fine. See if this will change your minds. He's got one. He's got a curse stone, probably. A long time back, there used to be another island south here. Taishima it was called. Taishima? This is the first I've heard of it. The state was devastated by an earthquake and tsunami near 400 years ago. But the truth of that matter is that raiders overran the island, slaughtered every last one of the people who lived there. The murdered islanders' resentments gave rise to the curse of the raging waves. And the resulting storm and tsunami sank the island to the bottom of the sea. Raiders and all. Is that true? Oh, that's a zombie, not us. Oh well. That curse is still rolling about in the seas near here to this very day. Just one little push, and that storm could come barreling down on Kamishima next. Push. Someone that would awake the islanders' anger again, such as... someone with ties to those raiders. Say a descendant of theirs, drawn near to where Taishima was. Oh, and that's us, huh? Saying my mom was a descendant of the raiders? Sure am. And as his son, you share her blood. But how could that... Only natural everyone would see it was a bad omen, no. I really didn't want you back on the island, you know. You should be grateful I didn't have you shipped back to the mainland on the next ferry. Come on. You're telling me that that's how everyone has seen you and his folks all this time? It's fine, Azami. Let's hear the rest of what he has to say. Hold on, give me a water break just a sec. One more time, just like Daft Punk said. All right. Yep, curse the raging waves. Person accused of bringing the curse to Kamishima. It's called the Raging Waves Curse Bearer. All right, let's ask some more. Are you saying the reason the curse of the raging waves we were raking is because I came back here? Nah, there are signs even before he came back, so the direct cause was probably something else. That still don't change the fact you're a bad omen, though. Are you even planning to stop the curse? That ain't none of your concern. You just sit tight at home and stay out of my way. And I don't want to hear any more about you going out to sea. Are we clear? Okay. Don't like what you're hearing, you should go ask Suya for yourselves, okay? That's all I'm gonna say. You should be clear now just how much of a danger you are to the island. Now get yourselves home and stay. Seems like that's all we're gonna get out of him. Maybe we could ask Suya. She might be able to tell us more. Alright. Back to the Minaguchi residence. There's something else you needed. Hey, Mom's Curse. By the way, Gran, we just went to talk to Mr. Wakamura, and there's something we wanted to ask you about. What was that? My hearing's been a bit off. Please don't say that. A lot of Amadivers have ear problems, so it's not really a laughing matter. Someone has no sense of humor. So, did you know that everyone thought Mom was a Raging Waves curse bearer? I'm impressed you managed to say that without stuttering. So you have heard of it before. Oh, drat me and my big mouth. You said Mom was descended from the one who first called forth the curse or something like that. And that's why everyone is so concerned with what I get up to. Is that true, though? Well, if you know that much, I suppose I can tell you too the truth. If I just rest up a bit, I'll be up and around again in no time. Uh-oh. I want the two of you to come to the Southern Bay later, once the sun's gone down. Right. Thanks, Gran. You can't tell us about it now? Yeah, that's the reaction I'm having. I think it'd be easier to show you what I mean. Uh-oh. You have the curse stone. If you're not feeling up to it, don't push yourself, okay? Alright. I'm a diver. I'm happy you kids followed in my footsteps. Good thing I thought to keep Mara's outfit, eh? I don't know how I feel about being able to fit up Mom's clothes in this age. Never did get any taller after middle school, did you? My constant diet of fresh seafood meant nothing. It's nothing you need to worry about, Yuza. Doesn't make you any less charming. You wouldn't happen to have any other diving tips, would you? Pull express, are we? I'm glad you're keen to learn. Let me see. Sometimes you can come across areas when diving that are simply brimming with creatures. I'll call them bountiful zones. Bountiful zones, eh? I'd love to see one. On the other hand, areas with lots of starfish are usually picked clean. Okay, so if we see starfish, go away. Those are barren zones. More starfish, less sea creatures. A whopper of a fish could still be hiding in a barren zone, of course. Always keep an eye on your surroundings. Okay, nice. Sea's condition. I'm always happy to help, you know? There's no need to depend on others so much. I know, but if someone has to help me get things done, I'd rather it's a lovely young girl. Hey! Besides, she does a much better job of cooking and cleaning than you do. Do my best to be a good grandson, and these are the things I get. Alright. No need to rush now. I'll tell you everything later. You'll want to prepare yourself for this one. Alright. We've learned everything we can here. Can we go back here? No one's here? Alright, try somewhere else. Oh, we haven't gone back to the jetty. We can try that. Oh, looks like Giga's back. Want to try talking to her again? Oh, it's just like blending some real photos with the artwork. That's cool. Yeah, let's give it a shot. What now? I've had my fill of shady rumors for the day, okay? If you want to talk, let's talk about something fun instead. Something fun. You got any ideas? How about... yeah, Diver stuff. You go diving today as well. I mean, that whole thing, how about we're supposed to stay out of the sea? No one I know is paying attention to that. I took a boat out into the bay from the northern shore, but didn't end up with much to show from. North Sea, huh? Did anyone go with you? No, I went by myself. Why do you ask? No particular reason. Just taking notes for later. Really serious about becoming a diver, huh? It'd be a real shame if you couldn't become one with that enthusiasm. I'd like to help, but the timing's really not the best right now. It's okay. Any information you could give me is help enough. Sorry. I'll help out when things have died down, okay? By the way, Yuza, how much practice did you manage to get in today? Enough to not be a complete beginner anymore, I think. Right on, you definitely have potential, that much is for sure. Wow, it's pretty impressive you can tell all that just by looking at him. Hey, I thought of a way I can show my support. If you manage to get a high score of 2,000 points in one diving session, I'll give you a special prize. Isn't that great, Yuza? What was your high score again? Let's see. think it was 340. Afraid you weren't up to snuff. Too bad. Brought shame to my name as a patron saint of diving. Okay. Tips. That's basically asking me to give away company secrets for free. I didn't mean anything like that. Just the basics. Basics, huh? How about this then? Sometimes your foot can get caught in rocks while you're swimming, so you should always stay aware of your surroundings. Okay, good to know. Swim hard enough, you should be able to free yourself, so don't panic too much. I'll be careful, if I'm ever allowed to go diving again, that is. Okay. That's all I got for now. Try to sue you if you want more. Boxes. About those boxes. Was that the delivery everyone was expecting? Yep, the latest Kamoshima merch, hot off the presses. That's so. What do we have this time? Want to know? I'll bet his Ami's keen to find out. He's always wearing that t-shirt. Sure am. Gotta show the world how much I love Kamoshima. Tourists seem to love that shirt too. You wearing it all the time should make for great advertising. Anyways, the latest edition is this. What is that? A hand mirror. Bingo! A specially made hand mirror with the Kamoshima design on the back. So, what do you think? It's great. Why do you go with another hand mirror, though? Well, mirrors are a pretty prominent symbol of protection for sailors. Comes from the hope that the sea will be as smooth as glass, I guess. There are even regions where the mirrors are used as offerings to the sea god. I wonder what would have happened if we had a mirror and were able to look behind us in that moment where we were talking to Suya. It's so cool. With all these people living on the island, I can see why mirrors are seen as symbols of good fortune here. It's small enough to fit in your pocket too. It's both cute and practical. Really thought of everything, huh? I've actually been handing these out to Ama divers around the island since yesterday. I told them it was a charm that they should hang on to it for good luck. So everyone has one. That's kinda nice. Another way to bring us all together. You're an Ama diver now too, right, Yusa? Why don't you take one? But oh, right. I don't know if it's okay to count you as a diver given what happened earlier. Like it really matters. We got plenty. You should take one too. Sorry for the trouble. Okay. Hand mirror required. I don't want you to feel left out or anything. Guess that means Asami's getting one as well. Here you go. Oh, you're down for more merch. Okay. Anything in the files or anything with that? Okay. Ishima is the only new one. Kamoshimaru. Ayo, were you the one who came up with the idea for Kamoshimaru, the Kikuko? Can't take credit for that one. I forgot you didn't know, Yusa. Know what? At one point, the local youth organization was trying to come up with souvenir ideas for tourists. Tsukasa stepped up and suggested creating a mascot character for Kamoshima. She even drew the design for it. Mascot characters are all the rage nowadays, you know? There are even mascots for the World Expo and the Japan Games. Oh, I see. So Tsukasa drew this? We heard about it after the fact, too. I didn't know she was so good at drawing. It's not just a cute little turtle. The unique look on its face makes a big impression. Yeah, the old guys here didn't seem too sure about it at first, though, but thanks to Izami's fervent endorsement, it ended up making the cut. I just didn't want Tsukasa's design to go to waste, you know? She put a lot of effort into it. I think it's a great mascot, too, for what it's worth. How interesting. Glad I asked. Nice. Alright. There's a bunch of Kamoshima merch now. Keychains, notepads, you name it. If you want any, just let me know. Okay. More about the boxes. I'm really happy to get the merch. Even your grandma seemed to like it, Yusa. Said she'd be sure to use it from now on. I'm glad to hear it. Okay, now we get into the interesting parts. Have you seen the 2 foreign tourists that we're supposed to be visiting today? Wait a sec. Weren't tourists here today? No way. What'd they look like? They had blonde hair. Were they cool? I'm not sure. We don't know that much about it. Guess it means you haven't seen them here, though. Yeah, I guess they didn't come this way. Hey now, you two would better not be thinking of following them around to golf. You don't want them to think we're all unsophisticated louts out here, don't you? Weren't you just asking whether they were cool or not? I don't know what you're talking about. If you see them, you'll come and tell me, right? Right? Okay, we will. Sure hope I run into them. Okay. Missing divers. Have you heard about the 2 Alma divers who went missing? Of course I have. They evidently disappeared one right after the other. Guess it's a reminder of how dangerous the sea can be. Hearing news like this is always pretty sobering. Do you think they were just accidents? Well, some of the other divers think it's a sign that something bad's gonna happen. We should probably keep quiet about this, Yuza. If you start bringing it up, people will get suspicious. That's probably true, yeah. Personally, though, I think they were probably just unfortunate accidents. So you say. Finally, Curse of the Raging Waves. Have you ever heard of the Curse of the Raging Waves? Nope, never heard of it. What is it? Well, we went to talk to Mr. Wakamara just now. Blah, 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 blah. Wait, so you mean the disaster 5 years ago was caused by some curse? And that same curse is gonna cause the same thing to happen again? So it seems. What the hell is he on about? Trying to pass things off with some cult tribe? Don't tell me you two believe that rubbish. It seemed pretty believable. Oh, please, he's obviously feeding you a load of nonsense. I don't know if you two are aware, but there are rumors the old man's been really into the shady sorcerer recently. Sorcerer? Yeah, some sort of miracle worker over in Tokyo or something. Apparently he'll do anything they say. That's probably why he's been going on about curses and stuff. Shotaro did say he's been behaving oddly recently. Even Shotaro thinks so. So it's just a hoax? But that's gotta be it, is what he said. Couldn't pay any mind to the hogwash. Doesn't it bother you that he's trying to pin a disaster on some sort of crazy curse? Alright. That is the most we're able to get from you. Is that all? I'll be getting back to work then. Let's try the town clock. Oh, Chia's here. Ah, Chia. You two again? Still wandering around poking your noses into business you shouldn't be. How about you stop messing around and just give up already? Nothing you do is gonna make me change my mind. I'm saying this for your sake as much as anyone else who's been a coochie boy. Try to understand my position, eh? For my sake. You managed to survive that disaster 5 years ago. Some would call it a miracle even. It wouldn't do to see that miracle go to waste, would it? Maybe I flew off the handle a bit earlier, and I've come a bit stronger than I meant to. Can't tell you anything about your mother, but believe me when I say it's best you let sleeping dogs lie. Nah, we know. Too bad. Is this how about Yuza's mom caused that curse? The curse of the raging waves or whatever? So you already know. Right out from Chernobyl, I'd wager. Do you believe in the curse, Miss Chie? Of course I do. At the very least, I know it's not some old wives' tale. Not saying you have to believe it too, though. Don't get me wrong, I don't want to talk bad about the woman or anything, but there's obviously something up with Myra Minakuchi 5 years back. She always seemed anxious and on edge, and the disaster struck. Might be I'm just reading too much into it, but can't shake these doubts of mine either. Huh. No diving. No diving. By the by, where'd you go diving? Well, Yuza wanted a particular spot, so we went about 5 kilometers south. Say what? What are you thinking about diving in the southern sea of all places? You got even less sense than I thought. You know full well everyone avoids that area because of the disaster 5 years ago. Yeah, I know. But Izami and I both lost family. We wanted to take the chance to pay our respects. Well, I can't say I don't get how you feel, but that strange rumbling I told you about's coming from the south. Just do me a favor and stay away from the sea, alright? Alright. Ain't got nothing here. Oh, I almost forgot to ask. Have the 2 foreign tourists come by here at all? Sure did. I saw them just now, actually. What? Do you know where they went? Looks like they were headed to the lighthouse from what I could tell. The lighthouse, huh? Gotcha. Okay. Don't go following around just because we don't see many foreign folks around these parts here. And finally, the missing Alma divers. You heard right. You think that's a bad omen as well? I do. I'm well aware just how dangerous the sea could be. Two divers getting caught up in accidents, going missing one after another. That tells you there's something off with the sea itself. I mean, it's supposedly rough seas. We all done here. You two should leave dealing with island matters to Shinobu from now on. Keep your head down and stay out of trouble, you hear? Yeah. Well, that was something. She isn't a bad person at heart, but she sure is stubborn. Yeah. Okay. New lighthouse. Kamishima Lighthouse. And here they are. Looks like we found them. That looks like them, all right. Excuse me. You rang? I like the little multi-pose thing when they turn around. To my eyes deceive me. These young islanders have come all the way here to talk to us. Welcome to Kamishima Lighthouse. There's not much here, but please make yourselves at home. Thanks for having us, and thanks for talking to us like we don't own the place or whatever. Why is he the one welcoming us? It's because most people here have been avoiding him. He's excited someone finally wants to talk. Oh. Anyway, we're wondering if you could spare a moment to talk. Before you do, shall we play a game? I want to guess why you've come to talk to us. May I? Sure. It's probably safe to assume you know we've been making the rounds around here asking questions. Indeed, it was most likely hearing such news that it decided you to climb all the way up here to meet us, which means... Got it. We've almost certainly done something to offend the good people of this island, committed some manner of ill-mannered faux pas. You must have come to tell us that the lighthouse is off limits to everyone except authorized personnel. Actually, no. Whoa. The bit of taste of failure. Just as my stint as an aspiring detective ended in ignominy. I'd say that whole show is kind of a social faux pas, at least. Don't worry, he's always like this. He'll bounce back in no time. I see. You must be pretty resilient. Since you didn't guess right, do you mind if I continue? Oh, asking my permission, are we? Well, by all means, permission granted. Thank you. Yes, my name is Arnav Barnum. Like the circus? You can call me Avi as a sign of our newfound friendship. Also because I like it better. Tourist, Arnav Barnum. Okay then, Avi. Such a pleasing ring to it. What can I do for you, young man? Would this girl be your daughter? Not quite. Miss Circe Lunarlight here's a distant relative of mine. Yes, Miss Circe Lunarlight would be me. Nice to meet you. Quite interesting. I'm Muna Minakuchi, a resident of Kamishima, and this is Asami Kumoi. Nice to meet you. You send Asami, eh? The pleasure's mine. Wait, Minakuchi. Yep. We already know you're interested. So we piqued your interest, have we? I'm a fancy writer by trade with a reach spans the Atlantic, from Bonnie, England to vast America. Not that any of his books sell at all. That's right, for some reason no one buys my novels. Quite the mystery, no? Alas, the fancy writer has no need for mysteries. That, I learned more as an occult writer, so that very well might be my main job now. Humbug, I say, stick a socket in and mind your own beeswax. I see. In any case, I'm just your average free spirit. Foot loose, fancy free, and all that. You wonder if my bohemian nature is the reason I remain unattached and unwed. No, we didn't say anything. You seem to be enjoying yourself. I am indeed. Why not give it a try yourself? 1, 2, 3. Nah, we're good. Doing this tip pose 3 times may have been... Yeah. This guy sure is hard to keep up with. I recently found myself in the pressing need to visit your fair country for research. Fortunately, young Circe here just happened to be studying in Japan and kindly agreed to accompany me as my guide. Huh. I'm not sure I necessarily believe that story. Quite the enthusiast when it comes to Japanese folklore and occult phenomena, and such a pleasure to converse with as well.
Isashima is a deeply spiritual region, full of sacred places I'd always wanted to visit. We traveled around the mainland before coming here, but this place stands above and beyond. My nose almost started bleeding from the exhilaration. Oh, goodness. Alright, recollection. Oh. Huh. Arnav Barnum, not unlocked yet. Maybe when this chapter is done? Interesting. I think it did a bit. You must have been really excited, huh? Is this place really that special compared to others? Of course, it wasn't called the land whither repair the waves from the eternal world for nothing, you know. The land whither what? I never heard it called that. It said that Yamato Hime no Mikoto, the Empress of ancient Japan, was searching for a suitable place to enshrine Amaterasu 2,000 years ago. They received a divine revelation that the waves around the Ise province came from the eternal world, which led her to establish the Ise Grand Shrine. Water, this eternal world is a separate realm from the world in which we live. Some describe it as a perpetual paradise. So I've heard. You're gonna have to slow down there a bit. So, what does that mean exactly? We weren't invited in our local history classes, remember? Oh, yes, sorta. Basically, Issa is such a sacred place, even the ancient gods took a liking to it, right? Exactly, it has such an enchanting vibe. Just being here is enough to have my nose gushing all day long. The residents wouldn't be feeling too hot if our noses kept bleeding all the time. One thing's for sure, though, you seem to really like Isashima. As a local, I'm super happy to hear that. Oh. Okay. Nickname Avi, a fantasy author and occult journalist, unmarried. He's apparently coming to Japan in search of mermaids, eh? Also, very short description. I'm suspicious. Also with here, Cersei Winterlight, a young girl from England currently on exchange in Japan. Okay, so I'll have to give her a British voice. She seems to harbor an ardent interest in Japanese folklore and occult stories. Okay, we don't know where Arnav is from. Let's click that again. Will you be staying on Kamishima tonight? If you need somewhere to stay, I know a few places. Well, we've already booked the guest house on... No, that's... No. We booked a guest house on the mainland. We'll be taking the last ferry back after this. Oh, I guess you didn't have much time left then, huh? Alright, mermaid time. What brings you to Kamishima today? Glad you asked, young user. We were hoping to pick your brains as well. There wouldn't happen to be any legends concerning mermaids passed down the island, would there? So you really are looking for mermaids. Oh, indeed we are. You know what mermaids are, yes? I refer, of course, to the mythical half-human, half-fish creature. Sure, we know that much at least. Then I may be able to provide a modicum of additional information on the subject. Additional information? Well, you may be aware that the typical Western mermaid is envisioned as having the lower half of a fish and the top half of a human woman. It's thought as though this interpretation has its origins in another sea monster, the sirens of Greek mythology. Their claim to fame is surfacing near reefs and bewitching sailors with their beautiful voices. Andersen's fairy tale The Little Mermaid is a famous example of this type of mermaid. Indeed, it caused this image to enter common knowledge. Yeah, that's what comes to mind when I think of mermaids too. A typical mermaid, right? But the mermaid that appears in ancient Japanese folklore is quite different. This mermaid has only the head of a human, with the rest of its body being a fish. It appears it was seen more as an evil spirit or a yokai in nature. The legend that eating its flesh will grant immortality also implies that it was seen as more fish than human. Sure, that makes sense. People would definitely think twice about eating something that looked human, huh? This isn't to say there's a difference in Eastern and Western interpretations of mermaids, mind you. One could rather assume that there are several different types of creatures that can be encompassed by the term mermaid. After all, there are also reports of more humanoid or demi-human mermaids being sighted in Japan in later years. Different types of mermaids, huh? Personally, I think lumping the two under the same appellation is a mistake. After all, there's two different creatures that just so happen to share the same trait of being half fish, half human. At least in this understanding is when conflicting stories get passed down, and then the whole concept gets treated as cult malarkey. I think I see what you mean. Listening to you talk about them, it sounds like you believe they really exist, Avi. But of course I do. After all, I didn't come to research mermaids. I came to look for mermaids. Bum bum bam. This is all very compelling, isn't it? I think this is the first time someone's agreed with me on the matter. But he is but an unmarried dad. That brings me to my next question. You wouldn't happen to have any local info, would you? Unfortunately, I've never heard of any folklore about mermaids here. I see. That would align with the answers we received to our other inquiries thus far. Yeah, probably best to keep quiet. Also, but they are saying Minakuchi. They did recognize Minakuchi, though. It would seem our investigation is branded as the certified weirdos. Well, it's probably not just because of that. I mean, isn't there supposed to be a whole huge cult craze going on in Japan right now? I assumed everyone would be jumping at the chance to discuss cryptids. Pretty sure that's just a small group of enthusiasts getting worked up. A very vocal minority, eh? Open updates page. Cult craze. All of that. Okay, it's just saying that the craze exists. If you're that interested in the occult, what brought you all the way here to Kanashima? Do you have a reason to believe mermaids could be found here? An excellent question. I do indeed. More precisely, I had reason to believe they could be found around Taishima, an island that no longer exists. Taishima? Indeed. I obtained this information through personal research, so I imagine it's not common knowledge. But some say there were 3 mermaids, Sobae, Nakame, and Hayase, living in the seas around Taishima 400 or so years ago. I wonder which one of those we saw, if any. 3 of them, and you even know their names. We didn't even know Taishima existed until today. It seems a deliberate decision was made not to leave any records of Taishima's existence, which would obviously lead one to believe something was being concealed. On that note, did you know that records remain of several other sightings of mermaids in Issei Bay? Really? That's right. Legends about mermaids exist throughout Japan, and this region is no exception. In particular, there are reports of mermaids having been discovered in Sioux City and Issei City, both of which border Issei Bay. I had no idea. I've jotted down some notes on these legends, so please take a look if you're interested. Okay, yeah. Oh, oopsies. Files. Issei Bay Mermaid Legend. Huh. Okay, okay, this one is file 23, which is from the last game. Mermaids at Better Show. According to the Kokon Chamonjo, a collection of notable tales old and new, there's 3 mermaids who discovered caught in a fisherman's net in Issei province. So those are the mermaids at Better Show. Then there's the mermaid of Futa Migaura. A total of 6 mermaid sightings. One of these entries decides a mermaid sighting in Futami, Issei province, modern day Futami town in Issei city, in the second year of the Enblin era, subsequently named Enmeiju, a name composed of characters affiliated with long life. Yao Bikuni, a girl named Osato from Kusawa, Nano town of Age district, who became immortal after eating the flesh of a mermaid. Okay, we've heard about that one. The 3 mermaids of Taishima. It's not in any literature. According to Avi's research, 3 mermaids reportedly lived on Taishima. Cool. This is all very interesting. Which type of mermaid are you looking for, Avi? Well, seems a lot of mermaids around here were fish mermaids. Fish mermaids? The mermaid sighted around Taishima are apparently the human mermaid sort. So stands the reason that any mermaids around here would be human mermaids as well. Fish mermaids is interesting given that we have a scale. By human mermaids, you mean the sort that are closer to humans than fish, right? Indeed, the ones closer to fish, meanwhile, are known as fish mermaids. That's what I call them anyway. I see. I don't know whether that makes it easier to understand or more complicated. In that case, mermaids whose flesh would make you... mermaids whose flesh would make you immortal if you eat it would have to be fish mermaids then, right? Another fine question. It is indeed difficult to imagine people eating the flesh of human mermaids. but I personally believe that human mermaids also have the power to bestow immortality among people. Oh, I wonder. How about another refresher on myth and legend? Or are you familiar with a place called Ryugu? No, not yet. Ryugu. Is it related to the Ryugu Palace that appears in the tale of Urashimi Taro? Just so! It could well be considered the inspiration for the undersea palace in that familiar fairy tale. Well, I was right? Okay, let's take a look. Tale of Urashimi Taro. Long, long ago, a youth by the name of Urashimi Taro lived in a village by the sea. One day, Taro was amazed when the turtle thanked him by inviting him to Ryugu Palace, the legendary undersea palace of the Dragon King, as a token of gratitude. Ryugu Palace was a wondrous place with a beauty unlike anything found on the surface world. The princess of Ryugu Palace, Otohime, received him with great hospitality. Taro spent his days treated to elegant dances performed by sea breams and flounders, and satisfied by extravagant feasts, spending his days as if in a dream. After spending some days, he began to miss his village. He asked Otohime for permission to return home, and although sad to see him go, the princess granted his request. As a parting gift, she handed him a mysterious box, a tamate bako, but warned him never to open it. Thinking this strange, but agreeing to the request nonetheless, he accepted the tamate bako and set back. Upon reaching his village, he realized everything was different. The house he had lived in was gone, and there was no signs of parents or anyone he had known. What he had believed to just be a short sojourn in Ryugu Palace had in fact been several hundred years on the surface, and the village and people he had once known were no more. Overcome with despair, Taro turned to the tamate bako he had been gifted at a final grasp at hope. As he opened the box, a thick white smoke engulfed him, and in that instant, the hundreds of years that passed caught up with him, turning him into an old man. I'm old! The Ryu, dragon, surely refers to the god of the sea. It's not uncommon for deities associated with water to be serpentine in nature. This would then make Ryugu the palace where the god of the sea resides, the palace of the Dragon King. I had no idea Ryugu Palace was based on something else. Ryugu is known for being a home to the priestess who attend to the god of the sea. Those women are collectively referred to as Otohime. Oh yeah, Princess Otohime appeared in the tale of the Urashimi Taro, didn't she? Yeah, but she was described as the ruler of Ryugu Palace in the fairy tale. So she was actually a priestess? Slight embellishment to make for a more interesting story, I assume. Hardly uncommon. There's also another interesting theory about the Otohime of Ryugu. It's said that they were half fish, half human women in appearance. In other words, they were mermaids. Oh. Well, what's that I hear you say? That's all well and good, but where is this place anyway? You want to know, you're dying to know. Well, take it away, Cersei. He's got to be American. He's got to be American with that little... with the showmanship. All right, as a matter of fact, Ryugu is said to be the exact same place as the Eternal World I mentioned earlier. Whoa, really? In other words, the sea around Issei is in fact the location of Ryugu. And Ryugu is home to the Otohime mermaids, right? That's right. What's more, is priestesses who live in a land said to be an eternal paradise. It wouldn't be that odd if they had some sort of power to grant immortality to humans. Even in the tale of Urashimi Taro, Princess Otohime displayed an ability to influence the physical age of other people using the tamate bako. If the story has its basis in the ability of mermaids to influence human lifespans, that power of hers makes a lot more sense, don't you think? I see, so that's why you think human mermaids are able to grant immortality even without eating their flesh. You see? Intriguing, is it not? But how would you even get to Ryugu? What creature was responsible for bringing Urashimi Taro to Ryugu in the eponymous tale? That's right, a turtle, or Kame. And what's the name of the island we're standing upon? Kamishima. There you have it, the reason for our visit. So you believe there might be some clues to get to Ryugu hidden on Kamishima? Kamishima really have some sort of link to Ryugu? I want to see this one. Ryugu, okay. It's just recapping the tale. By the way, user. Yes? You said your name was Yusa Minakuchi, correct? Yes, that's right. Are you familiar with an individual by the name of Mara Minakuchi? Huh. Mara Minakuchi was my mom. She passed away in an accident 5 years ago. Apologize for the indiscretion. My condolences. 5 years ago. Huh. You wouldn't happen to have inherited anything from your mother, would ya? Uh-oh. No, but what do you mean? Why do you know about my mom? He's wanting the fish scale. She have had some sort of connection to mermaids. Well, this is more related to my personal research, so I can't say for sure. But please, tell me. I'm also looking for mermaids. If you know anything, I have to know. Well, now you've certainly grown lively all of a sudden. Let's calm down. Regrettably, the only lead I have is a rumor that suggests some kind of connection between mermaids and Mara Minakuchi. A rumor from where? You want to know? Well, I suppose you would, wouldn't you? Very well, I'll tell you. I heard it from a descendant of the islanders who used to call Tashima home. Huh. So, are you saying Suyu? What? Someone survived a disaster and their descendants are still around today? Long story short, yes. Isn't it fascinating? They're also the one who told me about the 3 mermaids who are said to have lived on Tashima. I see. By the by, if you're also seeking mermaids, you must have some info of your own. Surely this one-sided exchange of knowledge wounds a good conscience. Allow me to remedy that by accepting any information you have. Use it. This is our best lead yet. But share any info we have. You see, blah, 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 blah. So you were saved by a mermaid during the disaster 5 years ago. You believe the mermaid might have been your mother. I know it sounds pretty far-fetched. And I know some of it probably... Oh, I went into the little drawl there. I know some of it probably comes from me wanting her to still be alive. Oh no, on the contrary, I find it very interesting. Very interesting indeed. Why, you ask? Why? There's a rumor about one of the 3 mermaids who used to live around Taisha. They say she took on human form several decades ago and has lived among humans ever since. No way. That would fit perfectly with our theory. Calling me surprised as well. This is my surprise face, by the way. It would be very interesting if that was the case. Sorry, Avi, I think I'm at my limit. Oh my, that bad, is something wrong? My apologies. As much as I wish we could talk more, it appears we're out of time. I'm afraid we must bid you goodbye for today. Now you mention it, if you're looking to make the last ferry, you'll probably want to be head back soon. Wait, this is the most promising lead we've found. If you could stay just a bit longer. Believe me, I'd love to continue our chat too. But the little lady's been feeling a bit under the weather ever since arriving here, you see. I'm sorry to hear that. This has got to be some sort of curse shit. Not gonna get another nosebleed. If you're feeling that bad, maybe you should stay for the night after all. Thank you. I'm just about holding it in. I really should get off the island as soon as possible. Ever since arriving here, I've had this feeling there's some terrible calamities approaching. Calamity? You can't mean... I forgot to mention, young Cersei here is a bit sensitive to things in that sphere, if you catch my drift. Okay, but as reluctant as I am to part ways, we really must go. But many thanks. I went British for you now. Many thanks for the information you shared, and never fear, we'll be back tomorrow. Tomorrow? Yusa? Sorry, excuse me. Avi. You rang? If you happen to find any more leads on mermaids today, can you let me know as soon as possible, please? Oh, I didn't expect you to be all that interested. Very well, if you hear anything else, I'll be sure to let you know. You can give me your contact information, perhaps. Thank you. Okay. Man, that sure was a stroke of good luck. I never thought they'd have so much info for us. We managed to learn a lot, but seems like getting any more from them today will be a bit tough. I really need that info by tomorrow, though. Huh? Why are you questioning, huh? Let's... Anybody? No one here. Try somewhere else. Coochie residence. Was this something else you needed, user?
Does not look like it. End convo. Wait, no, let's go. No, we can't go back. Oh well. Is there anything now that you're gone? No one's here anymore. Is there anything that, like, if we ask you about... We ask you about Mom's curse. No, okay. You had to... I still remember those exclamation marks popping up. I still think there might have been something up here behind us. Sun's starting to set. Okay, why don't we go over what we've learned?
Good idea.
We learned that my mom was considered cursed by some of the islanders.
Yeah, they said she descended from the person who originally called forth the curse or something like that.
As he thinks the curse is about to break out again, Mr. Wakamura is currently trying to find a way to stop it.
Not everyone on the island believes it, though.
Kikuko and Shotaro didn't seem to believe in it at all, yeah.
We also managed to speak with those two foreigners who were looking for mermaids.
They sure were full of surprises.
And that's also that rumor that mermaids live near Taishima, near an island that was destroyed, and one of them assumed human form.
I never thought we'd find something to support the idea that my mom might have been a mermaid. Oh, also you got you got tattoos going on? Nice. Although, what is that? Oh no, just bushes. No, you don't have tattoos. Sorry, those are just the bushes. I thought were part of your arms. Whatever else we may have learned from this, the mermaid I encountered 5 years ago may very well have been one of those three living near Taishima. We also got some hints about where those mermaids might have come from. There's a good chance they originally come from an otherworldly place called Ryugu. If they're in a place like that, I don't see how we could ever get to them, though. What that girl said about a calamity approaching is bothering me a bit, too. There's no way she should know about the curse of the raging waves, right?
Do you think that means the curse is real after all?
Oh. Tommy, I just realized something.
Yeah?
If the curse of the raging waves is in danger of breaking out again, and wouldn't it mean its curse bearer is still around today?
Damn.
You're right. Or at least it told her. It could have changed, but well, your mom is, well, not with us anymore. Mr. Wakamura seems to think I wasn't the direct cause of the curse reappearing, too.
Yeah, I'd probably be coming down on you even harder if he thought you were.
The person responsible would be someone who wasn't here 5 years ago, but is here now. Well, assuming the curse is real, anyway.
Yeah.
Still, I really do wonder if my mom had some sort of link with mermaids. Hold on. Profiles. We were here. You were here since 5 years ago. Maybe you came back somehow. Again, they said something about people disguising themselves. I think people are trying to get us to think about, Satoshi Narami. I think that's where the game is trying to direct our suspicions right now. Because she very recently arrived, and you were born and raised. So I think this is the lead that the game is trying to give us, but again, could be obvious. I hope whatever Gran has to tell us sheds some light on things. I mean, what she's planning to tell us at the bay tonight, yeah? What's wrong? There's a bunch of noise coming from Chuo Street. I think I heard screaming. Let's go. Why? Uh-oh. What are we seeing? What happened? What's wrong? Tsukasa, what's going on?
I don't... We were just... But then Sato just...
Yusa, look over there. Ah! Oh! Oh, goodness. Well, the game really is afoot now. Oh, boy. There's blood everywhere. What happened?
It's not moving. Don't tell me she's dead. Just suddenly, but she just got put down. Whatever it was, we gotta get her to the clinic. Wait, what's happening? Whoa! Her wound is... Uh-oh. Oh. It's gone? Sato. What in the hell? You okay? Sato. Issei Bay, Mermaid. Can I file? I can file. I can very quick. Okay. Okay. Nothing new with that. Okay, Yao Bikuni, okay. Presidente del Sato. Alright. Alrighty, our first one reappears. Okay. Well now. This one is still locked. Advice. I think we need to see. We need to see what's going on here. Mysteriously cut down, but she resurrected before her friend's very eyes. As a confusion engulfs the island, Yusa and Izami head out to meet Yusa's grandmother, Tsuyu Minaguchi, at the appointed time and place. Several hours later, we don't even get to know. It's hard to keep you waiting, Yusa. It's nearly time to meet up with Tsuyu, yeah? Let's head that way. Right. Okay. Let's head to the bay. I may stop in the middle of the chapter here. But this is, yeah, now we're really getting into things. The whole island was in an uproar after that. We didn't even get to ask Sato what happened. Yeah, apparently she shut herself up in her room at the Wakamuras and hasn't come out since. What the hell was that, though? But why are you telling us that the curse could come and also having a mermaid there? Supposedly. How'd you even get hurt like that in the first place? Some of the islanders were kicking up a real fuss, saying that Sato wasn't human, that she's something evil that should be chased off the island. But everyone settled down after Mr. Wakamura stepped in and promised to handle it. Everyone on the island's probably heard about it by now, though. It'll be all anyone can talk about for a while yet. You go back home afterwards, Yusa. No, I stayed out to do some digging. Gran wasn't at home anyway. He hasn't recovered enough to be able to move around now that much, though, so I'm pretty worried. Yeah. You think our promise to meet with her at the bay is still on? Let's go and see. August 7th, night at Kanashima Bay. Oh, good, he's here. Gran, is your leg okay? Uh-oh. Gran, it's me. Jump scare possibility? No, she's turning around. Oh, you two came after all. The waves were so loud I couldn't hear you for a second. What are you doing over there, Gran? Where it's hidden. Hidden? What is? What Mare, your mother left us. My mom? Okay, so I'm assuming they know about Curse Stones too, or whatever she left us, because he did ask about something that was handed down. So, Yusa, have you heard of an island called Taishima? Taishima? Oh! Uh-oh! That's no good. Gran, Tsuyu, what's wrong? It's hurt bad. We have to stop the bleeding. Oh, Kikuko's here. What are you two doing over there? Kikuko, this isn't... She just suddenly... Is that Tsuyu? No, you couldn't have... Ah! Wait. She's totally got the wrong idea. It's too late. Gran, she's got no pulse. The wound's too deep. It's almost cutting her queen in half. She never stood a chance. We'll go get someone. You stay here. No, it's all right. I'll come with you. I'm worried about that. Oh, someone get the clinic doctor. Ah. Oh. Okay, so this is the future the storyteller was warning us about. Old Lady Nakamura. What the hell is happening? You're screaming down there too. Come on, let's go. Kia is down. No way, even Kia. Someone help, 2 more people collapsed. What's happening? Help me, I don't want to die. Damn it, there are too many victims. There aren't gonna have enough people to help at this rate. There's more over here too. What the hell's happening? Is that Kikuko? He got her too. Someone tell me what's going on? What's with these gashes appearing out of nowhere? This isn't right. There's no way this is normal. Is it a virus? Is there really a curse? Huh. Those affected by the phenomenon died instantly. A strange calamity that suddenly descended onto Kamishima plunged the island into a panic. With no knowledge of the cause or reason, there was nothing that could be done to prevent it, and the massacre continued unabated for a time. The survivors were seized with fear. Some ran to escape, some simply broke down, some flew to a wild rage. A frenzied chaos swept over the island. A short while later, how come we're surviving? At least we were able to meet up with Tsukasa. What the hell's going on? The whole Highland's in an uproar. Everyone's so panicked we couldn't find anyone who could talk straight. Who could blame him? No one knows when we'll be affected next. It's probably best to hide here until things settle down. Okay, Tsukasa? No, I have no idea whether my mom's safe or not. And I wasn't able to find Sato either. I'm so worried about her. Old man Wakamura said he'd handle things, so I hope she managed to make it back home at least. Hey, do you think Sato's wound healing up with that has anything to do with what just happened? We'd held off prying up into Sato's past till now, but maybe that won't fly anymore. Come to think, didn't this whole Curse of the Raging Waves mess start when Sato came to Kamishima? Don't say that! This isn't Sato's fault, she's just a normal girl. I won't let anyone say anything bad about her, not even you, Azami. Sorry, Tsukasa. I didn't mean anything by it, I wasn't thinking straight. I mean, I never thought something like this was really possible either. Something like what? Do you have some idea what could have caused this? Well, a little while ago, when we were at old man Wakamura's place, some guy phoned and threatened to kill all the women on Kamishima with the curse. Another curse? Who was it? What'd they want? I don't really know. He said something about no mercy, just punishment for anyone who defies him. It was really creepy. What the hell? All the people had to die just because some guy didn't get what he wanted? Old man Wakamura said he'd do something to stop the Raging Waves curse, but things just got worse instead. Azami, calm down. It's no use getting mad at me. You're right. Sorry, Tsukasa. Guess I got a bit heated. And so, that means those gashes were deliberately caused by someone using a curse, right? So they're the one responsible for all this. Right. Even if the massacre was caused by something supernatural, someone made it happen. About that, something's been bugging me about this whole thing. What do you mean? Didn't seem like the victims were being targeted at random somehow. Oh, sorry. They were all women for a start. So I was trying to think of some kind of common point that could tie them together. That's our Tsukasa, sharp as ever. So, what were you thinking? Well, I hope you have enough time. Could they have been targeted because they were Amadivers? Now you mention it. Weren't all the victims we saw on the way here Amadivers? I guess most of the women on Kamishima have at least some Amadiving experience. But they went after Sato first, right? That wouldn't fit. You're right. Sato isn't an Amadiver. I was pretty worried Yuza and I might be targeted as well, but maybe we can breathe easier? Maybe Sato was targeted first as a decoy, but, well, she healed up, but still don't know what any of the conditions are, though. Also, the ghost little curse thing that showed up when they slashed us, I think was different. So I think it's I actually think those are 2 different people responsible. Still don't know what the conditions are, though. None of us are out of the woods yet. Wait, the victims are only women? Could the killer have been using this to find their targets? But that would mean the culprit is... What's up, you? So you figure something out. Oh! Oh, okay. So it's someone who doesn't know these people, but is looking for them. So that definitely has the puts the foreigners in mind. What? You said your head? It's no. What about my head? What about my head? Oh, hi, storyteller. Well done in your efforts. Well done. Excuse me, we just died. You have now borne witness to the details of the tragedy that befell Kamishima. However, please do not be discouraged. This too is necessary knowledge for your journey. The situation you find yourself in is complex indeed, a veritable maelstrom of events. But I'm sure you'll be able to overcome this trial and accomplish your true objective. For now, we'll return to the story chart where you may proceed with a different route. I wish you the best of luck on your journey. Okay, well that is the end of that, and now we've unlocked Arnav. Okay. Well, I am going to manually save here. All right. Well, thank you all for being here. Let's go see. Let us go see who to raid. Hold on. Let's see. We got the Mermaid's Curse. I'm not going to risk spoiling myself. How about we go for the 7 Mysteries of Hanja? 7. Yeah, let's Paranormasight. 7 Mysteries of Hanjo. Okay. We got 2. Well, let's see. All right. Yeah, I think they've all right, let's go raid Kibi. We're gonna start that. Thank you for being here. See you tomorrow with more Paranormasight Mermaid's Curse. Very, very excited. Be kind, people. See you then. Goodbye, everyone.